Bastards.
Crack
They're all
smoking
bastards. What a bunch of stinky, smelly, reeky bastards.
Cold water just dropped on my pants. Oh, that was cold.
Greetings, everyone.
Ice bucket challenge.
Hey, your eyes do not deceive you. Why do I look so freaking blue? Oh, I know why. I got too many lights on. Hold on a second.
You're glowing like the freaking sun over there.
Oh, that's much better. Look more natural. I was like, why am I so blown out? I spent like 20 minutes adjusting the brightness settings, but your eyes do not see. We're back. We're live. We're happening. We're crazy. I still haven't done any videos. Still haven't done any videos the past couple weeks because, quite frankly, I've been too fucking tired. I just haven't been feeling it, so I just figured, you know what? We'll wait. We'll wait and do the videos when I actually want to do them instead of forcing myself to do them and half-assing them. You know, it's all in the name of giving you a better quality product in the end. And ditto the live shows. I mean, I was working late. I've been working really late shifts the past couple weeks and just exhausted by the time I get home. Would have been too late to start a show. And so, fuck it. Didn't do a show for 2 weeks. So, there you go. Good news is, though, I'm back on day shifts for at least the next couple weeks. So, hopefully, you know, some stuff can happen then. And whatnot.
All right, so already in the IRC, we have Simpson Fan 1981. Hello.
Hello, Simpson Fan 1981.
We got Cyber 6.
Cyber 6.
Stratomaster.
Stratomaster.
Let's see, who are the people that are always in here?
Supposedly Tank.
Supposedly Tanker.
Possibly Wormhead.
Maybe Wormhead.
They may not actually be there. We don't know. They might just be ghosts. But yeah, so it's been an exhausting. What was the last Saturday Night InSaNiTy we did was actually almost 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was actually the last SNI was the Saturday after the last gangbang.
That's right.
So
yeah.
wrong.
Wow. So like everything was canceled all at once.
We're just like, this is the last movie gangbang, and then just gone for like 3 weeks.
Geeky TV. We were all mourning the loss of movie gangbang for 3 weeks. That's right.
I don't know if I've shown this yet. I don't think we've actually gone live at an SNI to show this. Since that span, I recently turned 27 years old.
Yay! Happy birthday, whenever that was.
August 14th.
Oh, like right in the middle. Oops.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But my mom got me something I kind of had an idea it was going to be a picture, because I think my last couple birthdays ago I got a cool little montage of my late grandfather. And,
okay. Yeah.
But this one I didn't expect at all, and it's hanging up behind me here. And it is apparently, it's not the greatest quality in the world, but it is the only physical production copy next to the original master print of the movie Gangbang 2nd edition poster.
Hey, nice. Right, let me click on you. There we go. That's pretty sweet. Which reminds me, by the way, if you guys like the poster art, which I know I do, I definitely want to get that poster. They are for sale, I believe, if you go through the
Yes, we did actually, because of this, we did recently put this up. I believe, did we fully go through the process there, Stout, and this is officially up for sale as a poster now?
I don't know, ask Brandon.
I'll have to ask Brandon once he's done playing fucking Borderlands 2.
Oh, he won't be done for a while.
We don't do it. There we go. Hey. There we go.
I'll be back. We have a sore tummy.
Okay.
Okay.
Sore tummy.
PS4 did sell over 10 million consoles. And then Microsoft claimed to sell 10 million consoles when they used the term shipped and sold interchangeably, that company Microsoft.
I guarantee you they haven't even sold 5 million.
No, they've sold over 5 million. They've sold that easy. I'd say they probably sold maybe 6, 7. But not the 10 that they're claiming. It's just not that popular of a console. So, yeah, Sean leaves and the chat dies.
Where's the chat? I forgot to log into the chat so I can talk to the fancy people. Are you all being very fancy tonight?
Very, very fancy. Little gassy, but fancy. Fancily gassy. Turn off Steam. It's constant black.
You have no notes. Okay. Ah!
So, looks like the Simpsons fan finished the 10th season of The Simpsons and is going to start season 11.
You're almost halfway through.
Isn't that kind of crazy to think? That, hello. Hi, Rosie.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about that.
Cyber is watching Batman. Which Batman are you watching exactly, Cyber?
Cyber 6.
Why are we on that? Are we on Batman?
Now, shut up. Okay. What's wrong, Dean?
For such a new chair, that's really squeaky.
They didn't really have, like, they were trying to force DRM with the Xbox One, but they didn't really do it in the end because it was so unpopular.
No, because they realized it would probably be suicidal.
Yeah, shooting themselves, but essentially.
Yeah. It'd be social and company suicide if they just completely locked down everything with their system and pretty much bound and gagged all of their members into playing it exactly Microsoft the way they want them to play it.
Oh, Cyber 6 is watching the 89 Batman.
Nice. Awesome choice. Geeky.com approved.
Geeky approved.
I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, so go buy some posters because they're awesome. And greetings, Stout, and welcome. Get a chance to say that before the sore tummies happen.
Thank you. This is the part where you say thanks. Say
Yes.
thanks. Okay, there we go. There you said it. Way to go. Way to go.
I should probably post on Facebook. Hey, we're live. Hey.
I got something, Sean.
Hey,
Did you now?
My favorite thing that I picked up, the best deal that I got, because
Oh,
it's
this is nice.
out of production, and it was in the $5 bin.
Oh, I know what this is.
First say how much it retails for.
Now, after I saw your messages about this earlier, I checked the local $5 bins, and sadly, no dice. But I checked.
Yeah, please inform the chat.
It's going for used between $20 and like $60.
Yeah, and didn't you say at one point that this was something that you originally refused to pay more than $1 for, but decided to make an exception in this case?
No, that was Meteor Man. Meteor Man, I refused to pay more than $1 for that.
Oh, I thought this is what it was. I've been looking for Meteor Man, thinking it was some big collector's item.
No, this is something different.
Oh, okay. All right.
In honor of Robin Williams,
Uh-huh.
toys.
Toys. Oh, really? I
Toys
have
is
no
one of
For some
idea
reason,
that
it's
was...
really hard to find this. I don't know why.
Well,
Yeah, Toys is one of those movies where it's
popular.
you've seen it, but you don't remember seeing it.
Oh, I remember seeing it. I watched it.
Stroud is the only
several
person who
times.
remembers seeing it.
I know for a fact I've never seen it.
I have,
Yeah.
again, but it's one of those, it took someone saying the title and seeing the title of the movie. for me to
Honestly,
remember the fact that I saw it.
Honestly, I haven't seen a ton of Robin Williams' movies. Mainly what I know him from is Mork and Mindy growing up. Like, I used to watch Mork and Mindy all the time when I was a kid. I thought it was hilarious. Still do. And then I just kind of saw a few random movies that he'd done. Like, I saw Mrs. Doubtfire. I saw Good Morning Vietnam.
Good morning, Vietnam.
That may be it, actually. Never saw Jumanji. Didn't have any.
I love Jumanji. Jumanji's a guilty pleasure.
Never saw RV.
I never
Which
saw
is
that
actually
one.
pretty good.
Always wanted to check out 1 Hour Photo, actually. I hear nothing but good things about that one.
Very disturbing.
That's what I
Different
hear.
side of Robin Williams.
And that's why I want to see it.
There is a few movies, obviously, of his that I didn't care for. Death to Smoochie was
Death to Smoochie. That was a Danny DeVito film, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, he's
But
got a
Robin
wonderfully
Williams played
twisted.
Smoochie, and it's just like that is some
It's-
seriously fucked up shit.
Well, I understand it's very dark humor in that
It's
one.
dark. It's almost like
which is-
horror humor.
I mean, which is Danny DeVito. He delights in the dark humor. I mean, pretty much all his movies are like that. You look at Throw Mama from the Train. That's very dark humor. You look at War of the Roses, which is one of my favorite movies of his.
Oh, yeah.
Very dark humor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never actually seen Death to Smoochie. I've been meaning to for ages.
I saw it when it first came out, and I hated it.
Yeah.
I absolutely hated
Maybe,
it because I was so used to movies like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, more
God
light.
Forsaken, Mrs. Doubtfire, God Forsaken Bicentennial Man. Anyway, but I had actually, before seeing Death to Smoochie, I had just recently seen Dead Poets Society.
Oh, okay.
So I had seen the serious side of Robin Williams.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, yeah, I've seen Dead Poets Society. Yeah, that was a great movie.
Oh, Captain, my fucking Captain.
Yeah, with Jim Carrey's younger
Captain.
brother in it.
But other ones like the notably, it was bad even when it first came out. Flubber, the remake of Flubber.
I hate Flubber, and there's so many kids nowadays who are just like, it's my favorite Robin Williams. And they're like, what the fuck is your problem? It's so bad.
No, you're a kid. Aladdin
so
should be your
bad.
favorite Robin Williams movie.
Oh, Aladdin. Yeah, I've seen Aladdin.
Who hasn't seen Aladdin? If
That's
you have not seen Aladdin by this point, get off the earth.
Yeah. You're not a part of Western civilization if you haven't seen
Fuck,
Aladdin.
you're barely a part of Eastern civilization.
Oh, mercy.
But
I also got 3 Blu-rays.
Oh, it's
Zero
show
Dark
and tell time
30.
apparently. Here we go. Zero Dark 30. Awesome. Don't know anything about it. Haven't seen it.
The Raid Redemption.
The Raid. Haven't seen the first one.
Inside Llewyn Davis.
I didn't even catch what that was called. You said it so fast.
Inside Llewyn Davis. It's Coen Brothers.
Awesome. Never heard of it.
Damn it. Got them for $66 each, and then
66, the number of
For-
the beast.
$14.33.
Oh, nice. I have that set. And it's kind of, sort of uncut. The title is a bit misleading.
Yeah, I figured as much.
There's
I just wanted
actually
the first and second seasons.
there's some stuff in there that never made it to air, which is a treat. And there's stuff that did make it to air that was inexplicably removed.
there was stuff
Not a treat.
that did made it to air.
Yes. So luckily, most of the episodes that are on there, specifically the ones that had like huge cuts to them, I actually have recorded off Much Music back when they originally showed them here in the 90s. So I'm going to make my own sort of definitive set.
Yeah, the night I got it, I actually put it in and watched my favorite episode, Spaceman.
Oh, I love Space Madness. I quote that one in my daily speech whenever possible.
We're not
Yeah,
hitchhiking anymore.
Shiny red button.
We're
the
right.
Jolly, the jolly candy-like button.
And he
Back
was
in his
just
face with his
he
butt.
reached it.
No, I can't.
So yeah, my mother of all people snagged a DVD haul at a Goodwill.
Oh wow.
for 75 cents per DVD.
Oh,
Wow, nice.
So yeah, she called me on the phone and she goes, "There's this. What should I get?" I'm like, "All of them."
So
So
75 cents. Why are you
so she
even
came home
picking and choosing?
with all of them.
Nice.
And
Awesome.
so what she picked up, I mean,
I
there's
was
some
gonna
stuff
say,
here.
is there anything good in there?
There is. There's a couple of, I'll keep them merely for the special features because apparently, according to Brandon, they're not. Some of the features are not on the Blu-rays or anything
Oh,
like that.
okay.
So the first one she picked
That's
up
good to know.
is The Matrix.
Ah, the Matrix. Yeah, actually, that one is worth having just for the menus. The menus in that edition are really cool. It also has some PC extras, like the Matrix screensavers on there.
Yeah. Here's Matrix Reloaded.
Nice.
This is the two-disc edition.
Full
But it is
screen.
the two-disc full screen edition
Yeah.
and also the full screen two-disc edition of Matrix Revolutions.
Gotcha.
Keeping them merely for the special features.
Yeah, no, there's a few on there. In particular, the menus are really cool.
The next two that she picked up was X-Men
X-Men.
and X-Men 2.
Yeah. Whoa. Did that? Oh, there it is. Okay. So, like, where's the title?
You don't know what it is.
Yeah, I can't tell. I don't recognize any of those people.
Yeah, so nice. Next
That's
one,
pretty cool.
it's not King Kong.
Yeah, which I still have yet to see.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I know Brandon loves it.
Jack Black
Jack Black.
is actually pretty good in the movie. And she told me on the phone, she goes, "I'm picking this one up just because it's Lethal Weapon."
And it's the director's cut, no less.
Yeah. So yeah, she did pretty good. She also picked up the first Transformers movie with Shia LaBeouf, but it's
Awesome.
obviously it was a part of a box set because the only thing that's on the front cover is overly designed Optimus Prime and Shia LaBeouf with the cube.
Okay. You know what that could be? That may have had the slipcover at some point because I know that some of the editions of that part of the artwork is on like a clear slipcover. So
Because it's literally front and back. It has no detail markings as to what's even on the disc, except for the Transformers written on the spine.
like for example, my Blu-ray edition. Well, here I'll show you as an example. Yeah. So here's the. Whoa! Fuck. All right.
There it goes.
So here's the Blu-ray edition. So it's very, very nice. You got the Transformers logo on there, and you got all the specs on the back. Yeah, unless you take it out of the slipcover, then you have Optimus and Optimus and Megatron, and that's it. And that's it. So all the text is actually on the slipcover.
Let me grab it and show
If you don't have the slipcover, you have no information about this movie at all.
Not that you need it. Just saying.
So yeah, so this is
Cass!
Yes, you made it home.
This is the DVD cover.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, and then on the back it's just Mr. Overly Dramatic.
Yeah, I think that may have had a slipcover,
At some point.
or it may have been like a double pack with the second one, as you.
Yeah, I was in there probably some bigger box set.
Yeah, it's hard.
That
to
happens
say.
a lot at thrift stores. They'll take this crap out of the box sets. They'll donate a box set with stuff in it, and then the people there are like 70 years old and they don't give a shit. They'll take all the DVD boxes out of the box set,
It's just a box. We'll throw the box away. Yeah.
Throw the box away, put markings all over the actual individuals, and put them on the shelf. It's just
Write
like
the price in Sharpie on the collector's edition slipcover.
if you're wondering what I was just banging against my head. This is a book.
Oh, nice. Really glad to be home, eh?
Yes.
Yes.
Not just that, Eric,
Actually,
sorry to interrupt you, but
I may join you for at least a drink because I have a little bit of rum and the Coke that you left here.
I thought you were going to say I have a little bit of rosy, so
No.
so you can't get drunk, obviously, but Sorry, go ahead. You were in the middle of something.
Max
What was
the
it?
Mighty.
Rodman Philbrick, Max the Mighty.
Have
Okay.
you ever heard of Max the Mighty? Yes, it is.
Nope.
It's the Scholastic edition.
I-
There is a movie that tells the same story. The movie is called Freak the Mighty.
Okay. I don't know.
There's also a book, Freak the Mighty. Pretty much in a nutshell, the premise is it's this alienated kid. It takes place here at Cincinnati, Ohio.
Mhm.
It was taught in our schools, and we were forced to read the book. This is actually the book I had in school.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we read the book, watched the movie. I just think it's an interesting story. It's very sad. The kid's name is Max Kane. Brooding giant is this brooding giant of a boy who escaped from his basement, including a hiding place and facade of the real world, and Freak the Mighty. Still grieving over the loss of his best friend Kevin, Max finds himself defending a young solitary girl, cruelly named Worm. And stuff like that. And it's the story of this kid who used to have this disabled friend who was called a Freak, and he became really good friends with him, and he was told he had a debilitating disease that was going to kill him just at a young age.
Mhm.
But to make the big dumb kid feel better, he told him that he was going to get a whole robotic body, and he was going to show where the facility was, and everything. It turned out to be just like a laundromat.
So it's just basically to give him something to hope for.
That sounds
Cling to.
great, actually.
Yeah, it's a really I definitely recommend checking out Max the Mighty. Read Freak the Mighty first, obviously. It's the before story.
Cool. So just looking at the chat, here's a few questions. Simpsons fan, Acting one was asking if I've watched the 10th season of The Simpsons yet. No, but funny you should ask. I was actually looking for it today. I saw that Future Shop had seasons 11 and 12 on for $20 each, which isn't bad. I have seen them go for less, but I didn't want to get them before I got season 10. So no, I have not watched season 10 yet because I only have up to season 9. I have finished up to season 9 though. It's, I guess, last week, and went over some of the extras and stuff, and yeah, just having a great time and aching for more. So as soon as I see season 10 for a reasonable price, I will pick it up, and then 11 and 12, and then actually 13 onward is when they started putting them on Blu-ray, even though they didn't actually go full high def until season 20. Apparently the Blu-ray editions, even though they're only standard def, do have nicer color and higher bit rates than the DVDs, so I'll be opting for the Blu-ray editions of those, ideally. So seasons 13 and up, basically. So yeah, so hopefully soon I'll carry on with those.
I did just recently pick up a couple old games.
Old games.
With a few old games, one old game still on the way. So the first one I picked up is the Super Nintendo game. I finally own Biometal.
Biometal.
Biometal is that infamous game I told you about that has the 2 Unlimited soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
So it has like Get Ready for This and Twilight Zone and
right.
Kind of music. And then I also picked up Subterranea.
I've heard of that one. I may have played it actually.
Fantastic game that plays a lot like Asteroids on fucking crack. And the one I have on the way is Tough Man Contest.
Tough Man Contest.
It's a boxing game that I remember playing.
Alrighty.
There's a big bald guy. I guess his name is Tough Man.
That strange guy says, "Am I the only one who likes Matrix Revolution?" No, you are not. I actually like the whole trilogy.
So do I. I found Matrix written.
Yeah, I fully accept that there are technical problems with the second and third one. In particular, one complaint I have is that the scripts should have gone through another draft or two just to polish them up a bit, because there's great ideas in there and some great philosophical concepts kind of carrying on the themes from the first one, but some of them aren't quite realized as well as they might have been. But that said, I still enjoy them, warts and all. I think it's a fun.
I don't even find the plot all that bad. I mean, yeah.
No, not really. Like I say, I mean, the plot is there. It's just it's not quite as polished as it could be. Really, is.
I don't like the second one that much. It serves a purpose of bridging too.
of leading
I
to
have
the
my
third
own
one.
reasons for not liking the second one. I feel like it's kind of pretentious. But the third one, I actually really liked. A lot of people hated it. I was like, it's good.
I've said this before, I'll say it again. If you get the Ultimate Matrix Collector's Edition, either on DVD or Blu-ray, there's a great commentary track there. There's actually 2 commentary tracks. Nothing by the Wachowski brothers. They don't do commentaries. But they have 2 commentary tracks. One is by a group of philosophers who loved the trilogy and give their thoughts on the sort of philosophical side of it. And then they have another commentary by a group of critics who hated them. So they actually invited them to do a commentary track for the Ultimate Edition. And I listened to the critics' commentary on all 3 of them, and I gotta say, it's really interesting. Like, these are not hacks, these are smart guys. And they point out specific areas that they felt, you know, it was weaker and stuff, and they actually do make a lot of sense. They have some very valid points. And I just found it really interesting and such a novel idea. Like, let's invite some people who hated our movies to do commentary tracks for the DVDs.
Let's A, is fill us some content for our disc, and B, be total assholes and force them to watch these movies that they hate.
That's right. Here. Oh, you hated them? Want to watch them again?
Hey guys!
Skinsley!
Hey!
Sorry, I was wrapping up a mission with the guys.
I was going to say that before, but your camera came on and it was just an empty chair.
Yeah, 'cause I went to go pee. I had to go pee. I was like, go pee.
Have you've rearranged your room or repositioned
Yes.
your camera or something?
So now instead, okay, so if you'll remember the where the dishwashers were, or
Yes.
not the dishwasher,
the
washing
laundry
machine? That's on
laundry
the
machine.
opposite side. I'm the exact reverse of that.
Oh,
Which
okay.
is-
Yeah, that's
So where it was before it was to my left. What this stuff was my left.
yeah, that's much nicer. That's a much nicer background. I think. It looks like it kind of looks like you're in an office there.
What's interesting is in the future you're gonna see all that shit up close because we're actually swapping the bed and the desk, and this is gonna be pushed up back there. You're gonna see
Oh,
all
okay.
my stuff back there,
Oh, there we go.
and all my Legos, which are here.
Oh, wow.
are gonna be- This is just assorted stuff. I have 2. Wow, that's a thumb in the way. I have 2 of these gray tubs full.
Holy Moses! Yeah, I think I had one like little shoebox size thing of Legos.
Oh, no.
You go on the.
Well, maybe a little bigger than that.
When I
but-
told you I had like a metric ton, I was not kidding.
Yeah.
I was being fully honest.
Actually, no, I did have a slightly larger box now I think about it, because I had some of the like road sets and stuff that you could build buildings on and shit. But
If you go to the Geeky fan page right now, you can actually
Yeah.
see Brandon as his Legos.
Right. Justin took a photo of me as I had all my trays on the desk because I was moving shit around. And it's like, hey, Brandon, where are you? I was like, hi. My hand just peeks out from the side.
yes, that's true. Raz Testam says the packages on the Simpsons Blu-rays are a lot better as well. Yeah, they don't use that eco packaging. They're just Blu-ray cases in slipcovers. So, yeah. That strange guy asked if I've ever thought about getting a P.O. box. Yes, many times. Just haven't got around to doing it. So
I recommend it.
one of these days, yes. Brady F asks, do I own Home Alone on Blu-ray? No, I've never actually owned Home Alone. The last time I watched it would have been on VHS at my mom's place many, many years ago. I know it was one of your favorite movies of all time, Cass. That and the second one, I think.
Well, I was a kid when I really liked them, so.
Yeah, and clearly you
Yeah.
still do, because you're still 5.
Oh, yes, and therefore one of my favorite movies of all time is still Stopper My Mom Will Shoot.
Hey, that should be in the Criterion collection.
That's it.
Yes, this is the criterion of how not to make a movie.
Criterion.
They made a joke about that one year.
You have your 3 reasons, or they have their 3 reasons, or whatever it is.
That was
Yeah,
one.
as soon as
That was
Sean
one of their fake.
called
for
you
the
5 years old,
Criterion.
you're just taking a
That's
shot.
awesome.
Like, yes, I'm totally 5 years old.
What's hilarious and kind of scary is when they do those gag ones and give their reasons, they're often very valid
On point.
reasons.
I remember the one
Kindergarten
for Kindergarten Cop.
They're
Yeah.
like,
I got excited for like a half instant, and I realized what day it was.
that actually that makes sense.
Like, that's hilarious. That'd be awesome. And awful at the same time.
So I didn't get to finish up my things that I got, but whatever. Here.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Fourth
Raptor
season
says-
of Mr. Show.
Oh, nice.
I
I've never seen that.
Finishing that up. And
Oh, it's my favorite.
Blaster Master for $5.
And what, Blaster Master?
Yep.
Nice.
All right.
I think I played that.
Yo!
Wow, Show and Ty haven't even shown anything that I got. Yeah, you guys have got so much stuff in the past 3 weeks, apparently.
I told you we had
I have a
something to show
tale
you.
to tell. I have a tale to tell.
Oh,
I'm answering the question that you were about to say.
oh okay. Just 1 second
Yourself.
here. Oh, yeah, Raptor says, Sean, what's your favorite non-comic book film by Bryan Singer? Well, isn't there only one? The Usual Suspects? In which case, The Usual
No.
Suspect.
There's something else. I can't remember. He's done a few other movies. Yeah. Nothing
I
of
swear,
note, so-
since The Usual Suspects, he's only done comic book movies, at least
You're-
that I've known about.
Feels like it.
Your choice of Usual Suspects is the only correct choice.
Well, it's because it's a great movie. I need to see again one of these days. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Me either. That should be in Criterion. That's a shame.
Raptor says, that gives me an idea. Warner Brothers should let Sean do commentaries for the Dark Knight trilogy.
Oh yeah. I got knives.
Here's all the things that are wrong with this trilogy.
I got a knife for my birthday,
A knife, eh?
which is
That-
next Friday, by the way, guys.
Is that wise? Is that a good idea?
I actually had a knife. I had a few knives. Most of them got abandoned in Austin, and one of them was in my pocket when I went to the airport, and I forgot it was there. So my trip to the airport to come here was very eventful. One, I almost didn't get on the plane because my ID was not valid, and they asked, "Were you homeless?" And I was like, "Yes, yes, I was." So they let me through. And the other time, and I'm like, I empty my pockets, and the guy goes, "What's this?" And I was like, "A knife." Like, why is it in your pocket? Because I totally forgot it was in my pocket. And he's like, you can't bring it on the plane. Like, it's yours. I don't give a shit. It's a $5 knife. It's a knife I use to open things when
Yeah.
I need to open things.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it.
It's called a utility knife. It
Oh, do you
performs utilities.
I don't let it transport it anywhere because they're in a storage unit in Austin, including the masterpiece off in the front. So, yeah, that's where I store my display my Transformers. The answer is I don't. Like,
Well, Simpsons fan, I think you missed my point there. Like, I haven't seen them firsthand, and I'm guessing you haven't either. But from the reviews I've read, comparing the DVDs and the Blu-ray editions of those standard def Simpsons seasons, I mean, it's great that you have an up-converting DVD player. Everybody does. It's not going to be the same quality, even though it's an SD source. And the reason is specifically what I mentioned about the color depth. The color depth is apparently substantially better on the Blu-ray. I mean, obviously there's not going to be a huge difference in resolution because it's standard def source material, but it's mainly about the color. Like, the color is just a lot more vibrant and true to the source material than the DVDs are apparently. So I've heard. So, you know,
holy crap.
I want them in the best possible quality. So, also, I do like the idea that it's not that shitty ego packaging.
No matter how much up-resing you do, there'll always be artifacting.
Yeah,
Always.
exactly.
And macro blocking in blacks and black.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, and that's something else that the Blu-rays do not have as much of, apparently, because they can use a much higher bit rate.
Yep.
Even though it's standard def material. So, yeah, there you go. So that's why I'm going to get the Blu-rays. But I thought there was another question in there somewhere. Oh, no, comment. Ojunik says, I don't know, this sounds like rumor mongering to me. Ojunik says, well, I got some bad news for video gamers. At Activision, the rulers of the Command and Conquer Call of Duty clones every year are seeking to buy Take-Two along with 2K and Rockstar Studios. Yep, good fucking luck, one company buying all of those in one
Yeah,
fell
especially
swoop.
Good luck buying Rockstar. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Seeing as how they have about 30 different divisions and each one
Yeah.
in a separate country.
So he says if that goes through, Activision will own GTA, Bioshock, XCOM, Borderlands, and more. And the reason they're doing it is because they want to get into the movie business, because they've come to realize that people aren't stupid anymore and are stopping buying their COD clones every year. Like,
That's rumor mongering.
That sounds like something from the Latino Review, to be honest. Like, that just sounds so ridiculous and over the top that it cannot possibly be reality.
People saying that Capcom was going out of business. They're still in business.
I could see them buying maybe one of those, like maybe Take-Two or 2K, but not all three in one fell swoop. I don't think Activision has that much money, to be honest. I don't think they're as big enough to be able to afford all of those companies.
And Rockstar would be stupid not to put an individual split option if the parent company gets bought up, because Take-Two owns Rockstar and Gearbox and all those companies. So if they buy Take-Two, they do own all those. It'd be stupid if they didn't get the option to just buy out their. It would be stupid if they didn't get the option to just buy out their own stock and separate it. That would
right. Simpsons fan just took his mask off. He says, "By the way, here's the surprise. I'm Patrick Butler."
Okay.
Well, greetings, Patrick, you sneaky devil.
Welcome back to the chat.
Yeah. I'm definitely wanting to get more Simpsons, because I've had a blast watching the first 9 seasons. It amazed me how many I'd actually seen. Like, I thought I hadn't seen up that far, but apparently I had. Like, there was literally maybe 2 or 3 episodes that I'm pretty sure I hadn't seen before. And that was only in, like, season 8 or 9.
Okay.
So I'm still waiting. Like, I know there's going to be a point where they're pretty much all new to me, because I know there's huge chunks of Simpsons I have never seen. But I guess it's more the latter half of the series rather than the early ones. Like, I didn't realize just how many I've actually seen.
Seen like mid-teens, somewhere around there.
Yeah, probably. Like, I'm thinking when I get up to like season 10 and 11, that's going to be where I start to see a lot of new stuff, because I didn't have cable for a while there, and times were tough, so I couldn't afford cable, and yeah, so.
Yeah, that's strange, you guys. What do you guys think about everyone doing the ice bucket challenge? I've got no problem with it. Brady
F, yes, I have Jaws on Blu-ray. I did a Blu-ray update about it a while back. I have the Digibook edition, and I have not seen Godzilla 2014 yet. I'm basically just going to buy the Blu-ray when it comes out, and then I will see it then. So, yeah. That strange guy says he bought the first 3 Resident Evils and is currently playing Resident Evil 2. I'm guessing PSN, because I know PSN has had them available for quite a while in their PS1 section, including the Director's Cut of Resident Evil 1. I need to do a video game update, actually, at some point. I bought a couple, but then I recently discovered you can add funds to your PSN wallet through PayPal, and went a little PSN crazy and bought so much shit over the past month that I don't know when I'm ever going to have time to play it all. But, yeah, so I'm going to do like a Mondo update. Probably do it kind of a joke, like, so I got these 2 games, and let's go over to the XMB screen, and all of these from PSN. So, yeah. And out of all of those, I think there was only one that I could have got as physical media, and the only reason I got it as the download is because it was $2.99, which would be considerably cheaper. So it's purely for the sake of convenience. Well, I guess technically you can get the PS1 and PS2 games for physical media, but everybody knows the reason I get those on the PS3 so that I can Twitch them.
What is this?
Very farty car that went by.
Yeah, I know. It's like, what the hell?
Friggin' Queef-mobile just goes by.
The Queef-mobile.
Jesus.
So,
I mean, there are a lot of those kinds of cars on the island, but it really sounds like that.
Gives the whole meaning to the term crocodile.
It's coming up.
The car's so gay that even from 50 feet away you go, what the fuck was that?
yeah, Raptor says the current Simpsons marathon taught me just how many there are currently. 552. Funny enough, I thought that there were more. No, I knew it was around 500 or so. What did you just hear in the stream?
I just heard it in the stream.
Yeah, so season 9, which I just finished, goes up to a little after the 200th episode. So I've seen darn near half the series. I'm guessing the season's got a little shorter at some point, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
That strange guy, I think he just inadvertently created the movie studio from Activision. Actorvision.
Actors Vision. Yeah.
There you go.
Man. Before anyone asks, no, I have not seen Guardians of the Galaxy yet. I really, really want to, but I have not seen it. I haven't been able to get out to see anything because I've been working fucking nights, or been fucking broke because I spent all my money on PSN, or just had other things to take care of, like bills and food and stuff.
That strange guy says yes, Resident Evil on PSN. It's his first time playing them.
Yeah. I actually played the first 3 Resident Evils on disc. A friend of mine picked them up. This is when you could still get PS1 games fairly cheap used. It was when the early 2000s when the PS2 was really picking up steam, and so all the PS1 games were going cheap in the bargain bin. So he picked up the first 3, and then I played through. I didn't finish any of them, but I played good chunks of all 3 of them. I think the third one is the one I played the most. I enjoyed that one. I just got to the point where the STARS creature was kicking my ass so hard that there was just no way I could possibly get to the next section.
The Nemesis.
The Nemesis, that's what it was, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one to ask. I'm a bit of the Resident Evil game guru. I know a lot about the different viruses and stuff.
That's correct, Patrick. I was about to mention that. He says the only thing that sucked about the marathon is the episodes from the first season through to the 9th episode of season 10 was fitted to 16:9 HD screens, meaning it was actually cropped. So they chopped off the top and bottom, which apparently affected a lot of sight gags that took place in those portions of the screen. And a lot of fans were pissed off about that, which is why I am very glad to have the DVDs, which present them in the correct original 4:3 aspect ratio. Was it season 10 that they went to widescreen? Because I know they went high def in season 20. Or was it just they formatted them correctly in the marathon from that point on?
That strange guy says, "Did you ever watch Father Ted or Father Tad?"
I have not, no.
I think I may have watched Father Ted years and years ago. I think Mom watched it.
Absolutely hilarious British comedy.
Yeah.
Eugenix did a big ramble here. It says, one other bit of news about Activision was one of the former employees for Hyman Studios report was deleted in a message in Gamers Forum. I visited and they were on thinking process for Transformers War for Cybertron 3 before they closed down, sadly, which would have been homage to 1986 Transformers animated movie. But when they mentioned it to one of the Activision higher-ups, he replied with, I quote, "That's incredibly and would not sell. Oh, incredibly stupid." Which really shows how much the higher-ups in some of our gaming publishers really have no idea what is good. Yes, that is true. Especially since War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron are very much based on Generation 1 and that era of lore. And all those great classic characters. And I mean, even the trophies, all the trophy names were based on, you know, they were all pretty much quotes from the movie, the 1986 movie, like the names of the trophies. And, yeah, they're clearly idiots.
Well, here's a rule of thumb for everybody. If money is important to them, they have no care whatsoever about what the fans want.
No.
That's how it goes.
They don't.
Just think about the bottom dollar.
So yeah, I mean, the flip side of that is why would they not be keen to make money off those fans by giving them something that they would be inclined to buy instead of cheating?
Short-sightedness.
Yeah.
That's why.
I mean, we can have our cake and eat it too. It is possible. You know, you can have something that appeals to the fans and makes oodles of money. I mean, that has been proven on occasion. Somebody has dared to do so. Such as War and Fall.
Guardians of the Galaxy is a perfect example.
Guardians of the Galaxy, where they took a series of comic book characters that, you know, I mean, they took a chance. on a set of characters that was not as big and well known as, the Fantastic Four or Spider-Man or the Avengers, and said, well, you know what, let's just do it. Let's just go for it. Let's see what happens.
Biggest box office of the year so far.
And it's massive. It is massive. So, and which makes me so happy. Not just because that means we've got a great movie, but also because I'm hoping this opens the door a bit, and like the studios will be willing to take other chances on other stuff that might be a little more obscure. Like, let's hope, because it has now been proven that other stuff can work and make oodles of money too.
And everybody should be offering everything to James Gunn, because he's a brilliant director. I mean, I saw Slither in the theater with my friend Dan, who would not stop laughing because he's got a huge guy crush on Nathan Fillion, and everything Nathan Fillion says is hilarious to him.
Yeah.
So I got him laughing in my ear, but I'm still enjoying it because it's such a good movie. And Romeo and Juliet's so good. He's a great director. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's very keen at what he does. He's just very good.
Oh, what? Okay, Patrick just corrected. It says it was the 20th season.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, yeah. And the Simpsons movie was also fitted to 16 by 9. Was the Simpsons movie CinemaScope? I think it was.
Yeah, it was in theaters.
It was.
So,
I don't know. I don't have it.
I certainly hope it's CinemaScope or widescreen at least.
Yeah.
1.85. It should have been 1.85 or 1.77.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it was. Ojunix says old guard thinking. Yes, that's exactly what it is, old guard thinking. But I was talking to one of my coworkers about this, and he says, the good thing about that, though, is the old guard is getting old. And they will die soon. And then we'll have all us Generation Xers in the higher level offices. The ones who grew up with all this
Generation
stuff.
X.
And who want this stuff to be made. So
you're the only Gen Xers here.
Yeah.
So I'll point that out.
There you go.
It's okay. We're barely out of Gen X.
I would rather have Gen X in there than the old guard. Holy shit.
I don't know.
Because the old guard are the ones clinging to the bullshit thinking.
They don't even know what the internet is. They don't understand it. They think it's magic.
Yeah. Put it on the internet. It'll make money. What? What on the internet? Just do it. Just put it on the internet and do some internet. And do we have app? We have app, right? Okay. Good. As long as we've got app and internet happening.
Can you get that HTML going on?
Keep the dollars moving, and that's good. We want the dollars with the internet and the app.
You sound like you work there. Like, are you just naming things in the room and saying you love them?
Yeah.
I love lamp.
I love app. I love app.
I love
internet.
I love internet.
Brady asks, do I have Gremlins 1 and 2? I have Gremlins 1. I do not have Gremlins 2. And Res Testam says apparently Simpsons movie was 2.35.
Oh, 2.35. Okay.
Yeah.
So they heavily cropped on home video because it's 1.7 on the Blu-ray. I'm pretty sure.
Am I getting the Wonder Years set? I certainly hope so. It's hella expensive, so it's gonna have to wait a little bit. But
I think the proper answer is, am I?
I would definitely like to get it, yes, and the Batman set, and I don't know, any number of other sets. I see the Batman Beyond set is really cheap on Amazon right now. It's like $33 from Amazon. It's not a third-party seller selling a Chinese bootleg. It's from Amazon. $33 for Batman Beyond. So I might just grab that one.
For you.
Batman Beyond's not one of those things that's
I'm just going right back.
not that popular.
All right.
No.
No, this is a really.
But I'm definitely tempted to grab that because I never really saw much of it when it was on. I literally saw maybe 2 episodes, and I liked what I saw.
I caught as much as I could.
Get a quick beverage as well, and then also grab my.
I really don't have much, so whatever.
Yeah, I absolutely loved the intro to Batman Beyond. It totally just set the mood for the fact that this is futuristic Batman. It put you in the future. It really did.
No, it didn't, you liar.
Shut up, you
lying.
fat sack of crap.
So, Havoc happened,
We're friends.
just like you predicted, Stout.
Oh, God. Of course. Of course. A horse is a horse, of course, of course.
I would have loved to have seen Sherlock just like belly flop into one of your barrels of Legos.
It's Lego.
who's left with one drink?
And the
No.
right here, she can't.
That would have just been fucking hilarious. Like you're just going through the Legos, the barrel will open, and then here comes Sherlock, just ring, like leaps in. There's a cacophony of noises, aren't we?
That was the perfect answer to that.
Oh
Yeah.
no, he did it earlier. Like he walked past the screen making that noise, and then right when he got done, you hiccuped.
We're just a cacophony of noises.
I had to get a hold of myself. There's some flirting happening, and I was getting all blushy and shit. So I gotta protect my image, you know.
Stop flirting.
I'm not gonna say
Damn
anything
you.
out of courtesy.
Ah.
Moses,
Oh, I'm gonna have a smoke too.
graphic novel crazy.
So I'm gonna have a little smoke also. So I'm just tilt the camera here.
He's gonna get high.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I do not do illicit drugs.
No, he's taking medication.
I'm medicating, sir.
Still change the fact he's gonna get high.
I'm gonna get fucking zonked for sure.
Okay, here we go.
It's better.
It was like you just say I'm gonna get high, and then you're just like, no, I'm gonna get medicated. I'm like, yeah, high.
So I should mention a week or so ago, I finally finished reading Ender's Shadow.
I am 260 pages into that.
Awesome. How are you liking it so far?
I like being in some aspects, and I don't like him in others. The way he thinks pisses me off sometimes, but not like in that bad way. But not like I just don't understand why you think this way.
He's
and Nikolai, man, I feel bad for Nikolai. He has like no fucking self-confidence.
yes. You'll. Well, I'm not going to say anything, but other than you'll come to understand more about why he thinks the way he does later.
I know
Over the course of
the genetics, that whole thing. I mean, like I get that, but
I think part of it is just because of his life. Like he just didn't learn how other people interact.
He was too busy trying to survive.
Exactly. Exactly.
Brady F asked Justin, "Do you love lamps?"
I responded, I
So
love lamps.
so right now, I'm in the middle. I just started reading BioShock Rapture.
Cool.
The backstory of BioShock, basically the story of Andrew Ryan and how and why Rapture was created in the first place, and how everything went horribly, horribly wrong.
Oh my god, I want to read that now.
Yeah, and it's actually
You do live reading.
it's actually pretty damn good so far. Really enjoying it. Let's see what else. Oh, something else. Hold on. I think I might have shown this one a few weeks ago, but it kind of ties into some other stuff I got.
Dude, I also love lamp.
Now,
Lamp is friend. Lamp is friend.
do we want books, games, or DVDs first?
DVDs.
DVDs?
Yeah, because I can flop faster.
Alright, these are... Well, none of these are going to be new to you.
That's fine.
And I may have mentioned them in a previous one, but it's been a while. I don't remember what I've talked about before. Picked up Red Baron and Iron King, so we can do, we're going to do group viewings of those.
Sorry.
at some
Continue.
point, because there's anniversaries happening for both of them apparently. So
Yep.
these are both complete series sets from Mill Creek. Get them; they're dirt cheap. They're really cheap. They're like $5 each.
I
Just
think,
get
if I
them.
remember correctly, Shout Factory has a streaming site where you can watch those on the internet.
Yeah,
I
don't
gotta
know.
find it again.
Maybe.
They did a deal with some companies to do streaming, so they have a bunch of other, like they have
And,
the Kung Fu site, and that has those on them. Gotta find it.
And this came out 10 years ago, and I missed it and regretted it ever since. It seems that Buena Vista, finally, wisely, has chosen to re-release it, and completely in the original packaging and everything. There's no difference between this and the original release at all. Spider-Man, the complete 67 collection. Yes, I finally have it. I was really concerned at first that maybe it was a bootleg. It just seemed too cheap, but no. Got this for about $57. Comes with the booklet. It's in color.
DVD manufacturing is really cheap now, so that's probably why.
Has the little booklet style thing there. And yeah, so there you go. It's all 52 episodes of the 60s Spider-Man, and I gotta say they have never looked or sounded better. Like, it definitely blows away my old, Heroes and Villains collection, which had a few random episodes on it. And that's it for DVDs. That is literally it for DVDs. I bought no other DVDs.
Oh, shit.
Actually, no, that's a lie. I got some Doctor Who's. I'll show you the Doctor Who's.
At least he admits when he's lying to our faces.
I'm gonna go find that streaming site real quick.
Doctor Who!
So I'm happy to report, finally finished the Tom Baker collection, so maybe we can get back to some disambiguation soon. Picked up Megalos, where the Doctor fights an evil space cactus. And the E-Space trilogy, where the Doctor finds himself slipping into a parallel universe and has to figure out a way how to escape. Quite a good trilogy of stories there. And finally, a box set, Doctor Who: New Beginnings, which features the final 2 Tom Baker stories and the first Peter Davison story, the Fifth Doctor, because it all kind of forms a trilogy of stories that tie together very nicely. So. That concludes the Tom Baker. I now have all 41 stories of the Tom Baker era.
I have to say that the very first one you showed with Tom Baker, kind of looked like he was in need of a dermatologist.
If you, I'll see if I can show a little more closely here. If you look, it's actually an alien cactus creature who creates. So he's like possessed, kind of. So he's like.
I just laughed at the idea.
And
It was
you may also recognize Jacqueline Pierce as one of the primary antagonists of this story, who we all, of course, know as Barbara Wright, one of the very first Doctor Who companions. This was her final appearance in the show as a different character. It was pretty cool. And she aged really well, too. Like, she looked really good in that episode. And then died shortly thereafter, so looks can be deceiving, I guess. But, yeah, there we go. So in terms of the games I may have shown these before, too. I can't remember. I need to do video updates. Just put all these updates behind me. Of course, picked up Lair for $3.99. Figured, flying around on dragons. Can't go wrong there. And this one I was really stoked to find. We got the Mass Effect trilogy. All 3 Mass Effect games, and I think you can get all the I think it comes with all the DLC actually, or there's like 1 or 2 things you still need to download. But this is pretty much as complete as it gets. So very stoked about that. And then the aforementioned shit ton of PSN games, which I don't have the PS3 hooked up to this monitor right now. So too bad, can't show you. Haha! You'll just have to wait for the update video. Alrighty, so graphic novels then? Okay.
Right on.
Well, let's see. I figured it was high time.
That wasn't everything? No, I'm kidding.
No, it was high time I got back to this particular 30th anniversary because we're running out of months, and I got a lot of comics to collect if I'm gonna get this set at least in good shape. So picked up Volume 3 of Transformers Classics, more of the classic 80s Marvel comics. Also picked up Volume 4 of Transformers Classics, even more. This is actually getting into the comics that I've never read before. Like, this is past the point where I originally collected, so really excited to check those out. And then,
Ben Christian. Nice.
And then also got Volume 5. So this just leaves Volumes 6 and 7, but it doesn't end there. If you actually want the properly complete Marvel run, you need all 7 volumes of these. Then you also need the first volume of G.I. Joe and the Transformers, which contains the 4-issue G.I. Joe versus the Transformers miniseries, which is tied into this. You also need the 4 volumes of Transformers UK Classics, which has all the UK stories that fit in between the continuity of these ones. And then, ideally, you want the 5 volumes of UK Classics. Then you want the 4 volumes of Regeneration 1, which was the recent series they did that actually continued from the end of that and told another 20 issues worth of story, bringing it up to an even 100, which is pretty cool. So all told, you're actually looking at 18 volumes to get the complete Marvel run and its related material. So then next up, this to me is the greatest version of this character ever done, at least that I've read, and I just love it. We have Mike Grell's Green Arrow, starting off, of course, with the Longbow Hunters.
Oh, yay.
Which is fantastic. Just beautiful, beautiful artwork in this. Just a fantastic series. I actually do have the original issues of this and of the next volume here. We've got the first 6 issues of the regular series, which followed the Longbow Hunters. It's a direct continuation of it, entitled Hunter's Moon. The regular series, at least for the first little while, was basically a series of 2-part stories. And the thing I like about this Green Arrow is it's a much more urban, gritty, down-to-earth, back-to-basics Green Arrow. No trick arrows or bullshit. It's just he's taken back the streets big time, and it's just great. And he's like suffering a midlife crisis in the meantime as well, which is always lots of fun.
Yeah.
And then thought it was about time I picked up at least another volume of this. I got the Volume 4 of the Savage Sword of Conan. Got more fantastic sword swinging, hack and slash, boobs and blood and guts action. There, very nice. Love the artwork in these. So awesome.
I still pray to this day that we get at least episode 2 of Gorgoth of Barbaria.
Oh God, love that one so much. Yeah. All right. So then finally, this one I think knew I picked up a little while ago. Got the complete collection of Rocket Raccoon and Groot, as did all the early appearances of both of those very popular now characters. And then today, just today, picked up Volume 1 of Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the Dan Abnett series, the first 12 issues. There is a Volume 2 coming, which has issues 13 to 25. But apparently this is the one that was the primary inspiration for the movie. A lot of the storylines, stuff from this. So anyway, we really want to check that out, sort of check out the source material. Probably going to end up checking it out before I check out the movie, so I'll be very, well prepared for the movie. And then, of course, also picked up Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Avengers, which is the more recent one, written by Brian Michael Bendis. So there you go. So getting my Guardians of the Galaxy on. And that's it. That's all we got. So that'll keep me busy.
Very nice collection, yeah.
For a while, yeah. Yeah, and definitely looking forward to jumping into these Guardians of the Galaxy ones. I was flipping through them, and the artwork is fantastic in both of them. And just looks like a lot of fun. And I've always loved Rocket Raccoon. I'm actually in the middle of reading the Rocket Raccoon collection right now. Right in the middle of Rocket Raccoon's first solo adventure, which is the 4-part miniseries that they did. Which I also have the original issues of, but it's interesting because the first proper appearance of Rocket Raccoon was with the Incredible Hulk issue that Bill Mantlo wrote. Well, he was the regular writer on Incredible Hulk at the time. But in rereading that one, I was really quite taken by just how fully realized he had the world of Rocket Raccoon, and crams so much information into that one issue. It's like you could tell that he had created this not to be a one-off thing, but wanted to do more stories set in this world of these characters, because I mean they were really well developed, considering they were essentially guest stars in a Hulk comic in that particular instance. And then when you get to reading the actual miniseries that followed, it refers directly back to events from that Hulk comic, and you realize that the Hulk comic really did serve as a prelude for all the events that followed in a lot of ways. And it's kind of cool how it all ties together like that. Now, beyond that, I don't know how much all the later stuff is going to tie into it. Probably not much, if at all, because I think they just reinvented it all over again after that. But,
there it is.
We'll see.
Found the fucking website finally. Iron Fist TV, which is No Creek streaming service.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's their streaming service to for their the Japanese stuff. So they have Iron King, Red
Yeah.
Baron, Ultraman, and all the Gamers too.
Yeah, I know, Wormhead. I know, okay? It's been 3 weeks since we've done a show. I'm sure I repeated a few things. I know I repeated the Rocket Raccoon thing because I wanted to tie it into the Guardians of the Galaxy ones that I picked up today. But, yeah, so sue me. We're done now. The updates are done. You can all relax. It'll only be new stuff from now on. Well, actually, I don't know how much new stuff there's going to be. Funds are a little tight right now, but I splurged a little bit today just because I wanted to stay sane.
So what happened with you and Cass today, Sean?
We got in a huge fight, and we disowned each other, and there was like fists and
Fisticuffs?
And fisticuffs.
and just blood and curb stomping, and oh, it was brutal.
Curb stomping, huh?
That's right.
Oh, Sean helped put together my new computer.
That's right. And it only burst into flames twice, so that's good.
So why are you not on it?
I still need a monitor and a place to put it and an operating system.
Yes.
Oh, well, those are all very important things, especially the monitor part. The operating system you can free on the internet.
Well, I gave him an operating system. I gave him, but it's Windows 8. He didn't seem too excited.
No.
Yeah.
Man, I need a valid key for my Windows 8 because mine's holy shit.
It was pretty funny because like Sean had me think it's like here it's
lying,
it's
my
a key
mom.
for Windows 8 Pro and it's completely free. But then he's like, yeah, you can't even give this away.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I got a free copy of Windows 8 Professional when I worked at Future Shop, basically by doing like an online training thing, and as an employee, and they just gave me a copy of Windows 8 Professional for free for doing the training. So yeah, it's been sitting on my shelf collecting dust ever since, and well, when I realized Cass didn't have an operating system for his new computer that we just built, I thought, well, here. I have one right here.
It should serve you well for the time being.
Yeah.
And then you can go get Windows 7,
Honestly,
what you need.
Windows 8.1. Once you get 8.1, it's bearable. It's not good. It's bearable.
Yeah.
I can wait until Windows 9 and they hopefully fix the problems I have with this, like they do in every odd one.
Mm-hmm.
That is. You know?
It's the reverse of the Star Trek effect.
Yeah. I think we talked about that last time we were talking too.
Was that? I can never remember who I was talking to now. If it was a
Yeah, I know,
coworker, if it was
and
you
I can never
guys.
remember if it was on air or not. Cause
Yeah, exactly. See, that's why I'm repeating, because I know we've chatted off air.
Yeah.
So I may have just shown you guys that stuff. I don't know. Okay, come on, where are you? So I've been getting back to my VHS capturing project. I've been capturing my original airings of the Transformers episodes it's been quite interesting seeing those. There it is, episode 47. Okay. So I decided I'm going to archive those anyway, just as, you know, personally significant. Also interesting to compare them to. Also interesting to compare them to the like the DVD versions.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, sorry, somebody had a question. You said.
JL232 asked, "What was your reaction to Robin Williams?"
Ask that again.
I was surprised. Pardon the motorcycle now.
I was devastated.
I wasn't devastated. I felt, you know, I felt bad about it. I mean, yeah, I mean, another dead celebrity. It sucks, but that's.
Were you surprised by the outpouring from the fans?
I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, I was kind of surprised that it had such a huge impact on people. I mean, people just would not stop talking about it and giving their personal feelings about it and stuff. And it's like, wow, I had no idea that he was that influential on so many people.
I got fucking goosebumps. Anyways, continue.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, it definitely sucked. But I mean, obviously, you know, he had some demons that he was fighting, and sadly, they ultimately got the better of him. But
well,
you know,
it's like here's a guy who has it all: family, money, fame, respect, and the thing he wanted most was to not be alive anymore, and that's unfortunate.
Didn't they find out that he had Parkinson's or something like that?
He had Parkinson's, yeah, that's one thing.
It's just been diagnosed, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably didn't want to go through that.
He already had
that's entirely
issues
possible.
with depression and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
So that may have just been like the straw that broke the camel's back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll never really know for sure, but
well, I mean, like when you're in the thrall of it, it's like it's not that there's no such thing as logical thinking, you know.
No.
It's only I want this to stop. I want this pain, this horrible emotional pain that I'm in to stop, and that's the problem. Sometimes when that overcomes you, you make it stop, you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
Did you, on a lighter note, did you see the thing? I don't know if it's even real, but there's this thing that's been going around Facebook about this kid and his reaction to Drax, the Destroyer, in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Where he was, he's an autistic kid, and he saw that Drax is kind of like him, and that he doesn't get metaphors.
He doesn't get metaphors. Well, yeah, just certain aspects, like social aspects of it that are.
And so it's like, see, people with autism can be superheroes too. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, it's so adorable.
Drax has autism. There you go. Because he doesn't get metaphors. But,
have you seen the movie yet?
No, I have not. Didn't I say that at the beginning? When I proceeded by before anyone asks. No, I haven't seen the movie yet.
I might have missed it. I know you will eventually. I know you.
Sean, I've never seen one episode of Doctor Who. Where do I start? Oh, jeepers. That is the question, isn't it? It's a question that's getting harder and harder to answer. But honestly, as daunting as it may seem, just because it's been going for so long and there's just so much material out there, as a new viewer, like a modern viewer, I would probably just start with the 2005 series, just to start as a starting point. Go through a few seasons there, see if you like it. Give it a couple of seasons, because it does take a couple of seasons to kind of get going with the new series. And then if you like what you see, go back and check out some of the old ones. If you just want to jump into the old ones, I would say start whenever there's a new Doctor. Like whenever there's a new Doctor is a pretty good jumping on point. In fact, right now, you could probably jump on with Series 8 with the new Doctor just being introduced, and you wouldn't have too much trouble following it.
Take which Doctor appeals to you and go with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like, I mean, if you wanted to start with some of the classic Doctors, I would recommend the third or fourth. But I think they're wonderful actors, wonderful stories, and it's definitely the high point of the classic series in terms of the stories, characters, writing, creativity. You know, it's obviously very low budget compared to today. This is like 70s BBC we're talking, but the stories and characters more than make up for it.
Man, I am so medicated right now.
Oh, look at that. I found an appearance of Hulk Hogan on the Regis and Kathy Lee show. Awesome.
Talking to Twig, Twig says you are all dorks and you all just lost the game.
Fuck.
Well, I wasn't playing to begin with, so fuck you.
Man, he's too old to play the game. He's not limber enough anymore.
Yeah.
Time to play the
It takes
game!
a lot of dexterity and quick reaction. He just doesn't have it anymore.
I wanted to read an article to you, Sean, that I thought you would appreciate. It's very short.
Did you
It
know?
won't take too long. It's about something that happened in China, so I think that both you and Cast will enjoy this.
Oh, my God.
I'm not saying you're racist, Cast. I just know.
Yeah, a little bit. You are aware of it.
I know you like Asian humor. So anyway,
Not saying you're racist, but we know that you're racist.
so here it goes. Saturday cartoons are very, very, very important to one 10-year-old Chinese boy. A worker was
I like him
installing
already.
lighting on the outside of a high-rise apartment building when a boy appeared at an 8th-floor window and began sawing through the worker's safety rope.
Oh, God.
Apparently the construction racket was drowning out the kid's cartoons, and he decided this would be an effective way to restore some silence.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Quote, I shouted at him to stop, but he didn't listen, and soon after the rope was broken, the worker told Chinese news outlet Xinhua. That's when I called to my workmate for help. 40 minutes later, several firemen rescued the worker from a precarious position. Police questioned the boy, who eventually admitted his actions. The kid's dad came home and apologized to the worker. He also gave him a new safety rope.
Wow.
Saturday morning cartoons are that important.
Well, they are.
See, that could have been a cute story, you know, a kid being, you know, because in in other countries, you know, what we would.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I thought it was going to be he started sawing through the safety rope because he'd seen it in a cartoon, like a Warner Brothers cartoon or something. But no.
No, like, I could
wanted him to shut the fuck up.
I could see a kid, you know, just going to the window going like, excuse me, sir, I'm really enjoying my cartoon, I can't hear it, what are you doing? And, you know, the adult might explain, no, I'm sorry, and we'll try our best, or, you know, something like that. I just can't picture this kid just... What are you doing? He's not saying a word. And just turn around and go back to the cartoons.
That's right, without even, yeah.
Doesn't call 911 to help him, just waits for him to fall out the window and die.
Good grief.
Civilized country, man. That's what happens when you don't grow up in a civilized country.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, Manic, no spoilers. I haven't seen this week's episode yet, so I've got it ready to go. Rosie and I are going to watch it.
You saw the
Dad
first
watched it.
episode, right?
Yes.
Dad watched it this morning.
Rosie is loving the new Doctor, actually. She watched the premiere episode like 3 times last week. She just
You haven't seen it yet?
Oh, no, of course I've seen it. I
Oh,
watched
okay,
it with her.
Gotcha.
I put it on the PS3 so we could watch it together. Yeah, so we checked it out, and she loved it.
My dad watched this morning while I was out doing garage sales, and
Oh, yeah.
oh my God, that's right. I meant to tell you guys a story. So I get up at fucking 8 in the morning with only 4 hours of sleep, get drug out of the house, and I go look, garage sale. I can go to each one, and we start at the VFW, which is like the veterans thing, so they take donations. They sell for dirt cheap and whatever. So I get there and I'm like, hey, I found all this box of game cables. Do you have the system anywhere? Oh no, someone just came in and bought them all. I'm like, oh, well that sucks. I have all those cables, so I bought the cables so he couldn't have them. Fuck that guy. It gets better. This motherfucker has the last laugh. Is I go to every garage sale and they say, oh no, someone just bought them all. To every video game request.
Yeah.
This motherfucker cleaned house, bought every single game. The only thing that was left was a PS2 case for Haunted Mansion, no disc. That's all that was left. He just scoured the area, but I got a ton of fucking cables. He ain't getting a single goddamn one of them.
That sounds like the story of the guy. Did you get your inspiration from the guy with the apple pies at Burger King?
I have no idea. Oh,
I thought you commented on that. Yeah, with the kid.
yes, with he buys all the apple pies. That's
Yeah,
what this
so there was a
motherfucker
kid.
did to me.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's a guy standing in line at Burger King, and there's this bratty kid behind him screaming at his mom how he wants his fucking apple pie and all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So he walks up to the till and says, "I'll take 22 apple pies, please."
How many? No. He says, "How many people do you have? How many do you have left?" And they're like, "Oh, we have 48." And he said, "I'll take 48 apple pies."
Yeah.
Now, how many of the frozen ones do you still have?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I want to make sure this doesn't happen.
It's like, just give me all your bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm
now,
afraid
hold
you
on a
didn't
second.
understand me.
I don't know. I don't know if you understand me. You probably heard me.
Say I want a lot of bacon
Probably
and eggs.
thinking I want a lot of bacon
I
and
want
eggs.
all the bacon and eggs.
Yeah, bacon on Eric's suggestion. I got bacon jerky, and it's okay. It's like
The other line I have to quote. The other line I have to quote, and I have to do this dramatically for Stoud's amusement. That's like telling somebody they can't fart in their own car. Are you going to tell a man that he can't fart in his own car?
I just found an episode of Entertainment Tonight from 1987. Awesome.
Wow.
Sean.
Yes.
Do you want to see one of the things I got for Rosie at the dollar store, no less?
Sure. She loves the dollar store.
My dollar store sucks. I hate that. Oh shit.
Oh God.
I can't wait to hear the story of Sean's like, I was just nuts about, and Rosie pinched my nuts with this thing.
Yeah.
How you asshole.
I'm going to have bruises all over me.
Everywhere.
Yes, everywhere
everywhere.
she can pinch. She will
I have to
pinch.
say, Stout just won Uncle of the Year. Right there. Fuck, I can't top that, man.
Dude, I already got her a Scooby-Doo like Thai Beanie Baby toy. I already
Hooker
did.
says, "How many hookers do you have? Give me all of them."
All of them. And the bacon.
All the hookers.
I don't think you
All your
understood.
hookers and all your bacon.
I think what you heard was, I want some of your hookers.
You're probably thinking that guy wants a lot of hookers.
Oh, God.
Huh. So instead of being pummeled by the giant spinning things of death, I decide to land on one of them.
Awesome.
Cheat the system!
Fuck
Hack the planet.
system.
Hack the planet.
Hack the planet.
Yeah.
I need to watch that again.
I love hackers.
Me too.
It's one of those movies.
It is. It's just so much fun.
Just so much joy. And Angelina Jolie.
And it looks really crispy in the dark.
I remember that line. And I remember when we were watching that movie and it kept repeating over and over and
It just
over.
kept looping.
I don't know what happened with Beetle, but we were watching it on Beetle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It just kept repeating that one, like, 1.5 minute segment.
Not even. It's
So
like
we
a
heard that
30-second segment.
We heard that line like 30 times before Sean figured out what was going on.
We just kept.
And it was at like a point where the loop almost made sense, but
Yeah, right.
Uh,
Oh god, I just remembered I died so hard. I died so hard. I laughed so hard. I died.
I died so hard I laughed.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, God.
You fat fuck. Oh, my face hurts from laughing.
It looks crispy.
My face hurts from dying.
Well, and I remember it got to the point where like we all picked a line and then we were all saying it. We were all just like doing it for like 10 minutes.
Like we were fucking quoting it verbatim as it was happening.
Because it just kept going. Meanwhile, in the background, I was frantically trying to fix it. Like, what the fuck? What's going on?
Oh,
It just got more and more ridiculous.
the best part is most people are like, what the fuck are they talking about? You had to be there, man.
Halfway through, hackers just you don't even know.
Yeah.
They were talking. I remember they were talking about how great like a 28.8 kilobit per second modem was.
Oh, that's what he God. Yeah.
What?
It's amazing. I love movies where they talk about technology and whatever is current is the most amazing
Now it's a
thing.
period piece, though, which is great.
Yeah. Well, like even there was an episode of The Simpsons that I watched recently where Homer decided that he wanted to be some internet service baron, and he had no idea what the internet was. He just heard that you could make a lot of money on it, so he set up like an office and was like and made a commercial, and so then the comic book guy shows up. Wanting to use his superior internet service, and he spouts a bunch of technical mumbo jumbo. And I was listening carefully to what he said, and I'm like, wow, everything he just said is so outdated now. He'd say, can you handle my 2 megabit T1 line? I'm like, ooh, 2 megabits.
I get 2 megabits now. That's what I get now.
Yeah.
And that was fast back then. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
A whole 2 megabits. Whoa.
What will you do with all that speed?
That's a joke now. It wasn't intended as a joke, but is now a joke.
Yeah, I know. It's now funnier. Because of how sad.
The other one I find funny, of course, because of same idea, like because of inflation, is whenever prices are mentioned in movies like that.
Ah, yes.
Like specifically that scene in The Breakfast Club when the principal has Bender like in the little office there or whatever, and he's going on about how important he is. He's like, I'm a principal, I'm respected, and that. He's like, I make $31,000 a year. I'm like, I make that now, and I'm like.
And you're a mystery shopper.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Raptor said,
But I mean, in reality, that wage today is probably more like $65,000 a year, which is about right for a principal. I mean, pretty decent salary. But it's just funny because to hear that number.
I don't think they make that much now.
That's the only thing I was thinking.
Less.
sad, yeah.
Robot house.
Raptor Rivera
I get nervous. I get hungry.
He quoted Brandon, actually. He said, I died so hard I laughed, a.k.a. Die Hard 6. That was great.
Okay, where do you begin and end?
I hate my friends.
30? Does this have commercials in it?
Oh, as we're doing a shout out in InSaNiTy, Shadow still going through his VHS tapes. And who can blame him? You got a lot of shit to go through.
I have a lot. And this is the tricky batch, too, because, okay, I have 2 VCRs. One of which has really nice picture quality. It tracks quite well, and I'm able to get really nice clean captures off of it through the camcorder, time-based correcting and everything. So really nice picture quality on this one VCR. However, and it does hi-fi sound really well. Hi-fi sound. I got a lot of old tapes that are lo-fi sound. It doesn't handle the lo-fi so well. But I have a second VCR where the picture quality isn't as good. It almost looks DNR'd. It looks like too soft.
Yeah.
but it handles the
Didn't see the
lo-fi
head?
sound. But it handles the lo-fi sound really, really well. Like, it's bold and crisp and has fidelity to it. So I'm like, well, I guess we know what I got to do then. So basically, right now I'm doing phase 1, which is to capture all of these lo-fi tapes just for the audio. Phase 2 will be to recapture them on the other VCR just for the video, and then match the two together.
Oh my god, that's gonna be so much work. But
the result is I gotta have the most beautiful captures possible with this particular material, like this really old stuff. So, I don't
particularly if it's something that you really care about and you really want to capture and save, and you can't find anywhere else. And it's like, well, yes, it's worth the effort.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff, I mean, I got a lot of old talk shows and news shows and things like that. And, of course, old cartoons from the original airings with the original commercials.
It's sad how much of those, like, talk shows and stuff like that were, you know, really important things. Like, I can't remember exactly which one you were talking about recently, but it was, like, a really important one. But you probably can't find it anywhere anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Sad how much of that stuff that they just probably fucking erased or something.
Oh, that's why. It's the end of Microbots. That's where I got confused.
God, you know what I didn't realize? I skipped on the SVHS player today, and that is a shame.
I was actually thinking that with my newfound money that I'm making this month that I should pick up some of the VHS tapes of the movies that I've been wanting that are only available on VHS, and then get a VCR that can transfer it to digital.
Yeah. Or just send me the tapes.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I could do that because.
And then wait 3 years while it gets around to it.
Well, I've tried to find time to slot it into all my other capturing projects. Yeah. There it is. Key to Vector Sigma Part 1. Okay. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I decided I'm going to keep, archive all my original recordings, even though I have the DVD set, just for nostalgic purposes, because these were how I originally saw them, and the only way I could see them for a very, very long time. So, it's special to me. Plus, there are slight differences that anal retentive fans like me like to point out.
So my brother's like really fucking high on digital downloads and UV and stuff like that, right? And the thing is, like, he'll talk about like releases on UV that are between like $10 and $15. Like, oh, that's a steal. And then I literally just came up to him like, hey, I got these 3 Blu-rays at Best Buy for $6.66 each, and they all have UV codes. You want them? Really? That's a good deal. Like, yeah. And you get to have the UV code because I'm a good brother.
Yes.
Yeah. Physical copy.
Oh, and some of the physical copies come with a DVD in addition to the Blu-ray.
That's right. And sometimes a 3D Blu-ray, even in the future. You're future-proof.
Rez Testam is asking if I've heard about the new Robotech DVD set coming up. Yeah, I think somebody here mentioned it to me, actually. Apparently there's another complete Robotech set coming out. This one will actually include the original Japanese versions as well.
I brought it up to
Was it you? I
knew a half ago.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what's missing that you know of? Because I know you know all the special features across all the editions.
Right.
So I sent you the list and said, well, what is this? Like, it's got all of it and some new stuff. I was like, oh, all right.
Well, no, that's the other complete set that came out recently. Apparently, there's another one coming out that has
budget release.
No, it has all of this stuff. It's a more deluxe-er version.
Deluxe-er.
So it
They
has.
did that on purpose, those motherfuckers.
I believe this particular one is the original broadcast versions of Robotech, rather than the remastered versions. So it's the original broadcast versions, and the original Japanese shows as well.
Wow.
Original uncut Japanese shows. So, yeah. So that set I would be inclined to get because it's going to have stuff that I don't have.
Yeah.
Like versions that I don't have. So, and I hope that it's actually the proper original broadcast versions because that has never been released before. Like, we've had those cuts before, but the music was severely rearranged. Like, it's all the same music, but I mean, it's like it was just really redone versus the way it was broadcast. And I always wanted the broadcast versions. Honestly, I thought the broadcast mix was a lot better. Mainly because I found that the home video versions seemed to feel the need to constantly have music going, whereas the broadcast versions would cut the music back at certain points and just let the scene breathe. And I thought that was way more effective and dramatic, and I always preferred that. So, coincidentally, I've also found some original broadcast versions of Robotech episodes on my tapes.
Yay!
Jay, I'll ask you a question.
Just a handful, sadly, but at least a few. Sorry, who asked me to jail? Says.
Right at the end there.
But, Sean, are you excited for the last Hobbit movie? Absolutely, yeah, for sure. I really enjoyed the first two. Right now, I'm mostly excited for the extended version of the second one coming out in a couple months.
I might actually pick that up and then pick up the extended version of the first one because I still haven't seen either, so I really need to get on that.
Yeah, do that. And then go to see the third one in the theater.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But I watched the extended one myself and really enjoyed it, and I thought it was okay for Rosie. So I showed it to Rosie, especially since we've been reading periodically the book, far too slowly, but getting there. So we watched it, and she really enjoyed it a lot. And then we actually watched it, and I think the second one was coming out in theaters the following week. So the next week we went and saw the second one in the theater in 3D, and she just had a blast. She thought it was fantastic.
Question for you, Sean.
Mm.
Have you thought about taking Rosie to see Guardians of the Galaxy?
I have not.
There are a few cusses in it, but
Yeah.
more or less like,
Actually,
it's not a big deal.
we're thinking of going. We're thinking of going to see this new movie you may have heard of called Ghostbusters that just came out in theaters.
Oh wow! I heard that movie is so fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Really? I heard it sucked.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So they're showing it in the theater near you?
Having ghosts with some
It is.
laser gun.
It is actually. It's playing at the theater right by my work.
And that guy
Nice.
from fucking SNL? Who gives a shit about that guy?
It's never gonna take off.
Oh,
So
I
I
heard
thought
the
that-
guy who was in that movie died recently, so they can't do like a second.
Oh, you had to go there. You just broke it, Steph.
Far.
You made it so. It was cute and fun, and
That
you
went
made it
dark.
Yep.
dark.
Dark comedy, goddammit.
Went
No, that
dark.
was just dark. You left the comedy somewhere.
I'm gonna miss you,
That
man.
fools your mind.
I'm gonna miss you. Brent is dead.
But anyway, yeah, we were thinking of maybe going and checking that out. We were gonna go today, but Cass was too scared. So,
It's ghosts, you know.
oh, that's true.
Probably a ghost spider in there somewhere.
Cass, did you see that picture that I posted earlier or the other day? I posted a picture of Lay's potato chip bag that I swear, like, it's supposed to be two girls laying on a hammock enjoying like a beach summer
Oh
break.
god.
It looks like a
This.
fucking tarantula. I'm
I
not
know.
even kidding.
I was like, why
Wait
is
a
there
minute. You mean that wasn't a tarantula? That's all I
No.
saw.
Right? Me too.
I know, right?
Everyone saw a
That is
tarantula
all
first.
I immediately saw that.
The two things you saw that you thought were fangs, that's the hair of the girls hanging down.
And now I have to look again. Hold on.
It looks like a
Hair.
fucking butt.
And it's two
I was
girls
like-
laying on a hammock.
Yeah, and it from behind them.
Where the
You
hell
see
is
top
it?
of their head
Anyway?
looking
I
down.
know, it's
Can
way
you find me
up
the
there.
link? I'll screen share it for everybody.
I'm trying to find
No.
where it is. It's not that scary. It's just like, you know,
It's
a
just-
woman
You don't like looking at
Fine.
hot women on beach blankets? Okay.
It's an optical illusion.
It's totally a giant spider about to eat your face if you put your hand in this bag of chips.
Cass made the joke of spider-flavored chips. Like, you should have
here
said that
it
in the
is.
chat. You should
I
have
found it.
privately sent that to Cass, and then Cass
Oh, you
clicked
found
on
it?
it
When
and freaked
when I
out.
first
Yeah.
heard about
Explain what
it,
happened, you know?
when I first heard about it from Stout, he totally said it seriously. I started thinking to myself, 'cause I didn't see the picture. All I heard he said it was spider-flavored chips.
Right.
I'm like, how do people know what spiders taste like?
Right.
Oh,
Some
okay,
countries
I
eat-
see it.
Eat bugs.
It didn't take Cass long. Like, yeah, I see it.
That's
Except
hilarious.
It's not a spider. It's just like crazy.
Well, I've seen that random video of the spider landing in the driveway and then like attacking the camera guy with like a fuck tangle of legs.
You can see, like,
No.
you can
I
see
don't
that
feel
there's,
like
like,
spider did.
the slippers that are coming
Have you not seen that, Brandon?
It's
I'm
big.
still
Oh,
having,
good.
honestly, I'm still having difficulty seeing the girls.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you see the red slippers that are coming off of their feet there.
Alright, hold on a second.
You can kind of tell that it's.
What you
not a
think is
giant
their
There we
fangs?
go.
That's their hair.
There we go. Spider flavored chip.
Classic tarantula flavor.
Oh, God.
Ready, set, spider.
They do have a thing called scorpion flakes. I wouldn't put it past anybody.
Cass, I have to admit something. I have to admit that I am a bad person because I was at the dollar store today and I was looking for things that I can, add to sweeten up the package that I'm sending to Sean for Sean and Rosie. And they had a lot of Halloween decorations out. I saw a package full of spiders, and I thought, wouldn't it be funny if Cass was watching that video and all of a sudden, big spiders everywhere?
That would be hilarious.
Oh,
I'm a bad person. I literally thought of, like, what if Cass was watching or
I
something?
thought you were just gonna mail a box with a game camera and a bunch of fake spiders. So he opens it up and his shocked face gets captured by the camera.
Oh my god!
Duncan says Shelob flavor.
That shell of flavor.
And no, Duncan, I have not seen the second episode yet. It's ready to go. I'm waiting till tomorrow so I can watch it with Rosie, because she wants to watch it with me. So,
And if you guys haven't seen
There's-
BoJack Horseman, go see BoJack Horseman.
there's plenty of space behind the couch for her to hide if need be. Although usually what she does is if there's a part that scares her or she finds disturbing, we'll be sitting and watching like this, and there'll be a part she finds a little bit disturbing. She'll just like turn and stare at me.
Like, what are you doing?
She'll just stare at me, unblinking, until she's sure it's safe to look, or until I tell her.
I'm sure she doesn't even realize that makes it even creepier for
You're like,
Like she doesn't, she doesn't cover her eyes or anything. She just stares at me.
It's like, have you been possessed by something in the movie, and now I'm gonna be killed by my daughter? Like, what?
Yeah.
Mr. Horror, everyone's like, oh, Monkey Shine is coming out. Man, Monkey Shine is a piece of shit, and everyone knows it. You just think you remember good things happening.
It
Nothing's
has a
good
great
happening.
cover. It has
But
a
it's
great
coming
cover.
out.
I don't give a shit.
It's gonna be here soon.
Terrible.
You
And the Dark
can-
Cat's awful too.
You can watch it.
And I know Netflix too now. I can't afford the good cut or the good release because I'm poor.
Yay! I found my original recording of Triple Takeover. I love that episode.
Oh, don't think I'm not sure if I mentioned that I got this the last time we were on here. But I got the Scream
Damn it.
trilogy. Well, they call it the 5-film set on Blu-ray.
Oh, because it's got 2 documentaries.
Yeah.
That's
I got the trilogy,
Yeah.
3 movies, and it was $10. I was like, it's been a while since I seen Scream. I never saw the second or third movies. Why not?
You never saw them? Really?
I only saw the first one.
Oh, wow.
What?
The second or third one I never saw.
Scream.
Oh, I haven't seen 2 or 3 since the theater, so it's been a while.
See, I hadn't seen any of them, so when I saw them, I picked up all 3 at the time, and then the 4th one came out, so then I got that when it came out. So I saw them all in very close succession to each other.
I got my copy too. So.
For the first time ever. I really enjoyed the whole series, actually. I thought it was a lot of fun.
When I saw the first one, I felt like it was, it was okay, but it was like, more for shock value. And now, it's been so long since I've seen it that, like, I've been to film school since then. So if there's something to appreciate there, then I can appreciate it now.
He's reevaluated a bunch of movies because of that.
You've also seen a lot more schlocky horror movies since then, too, so you can appreciate a lot of the in-jokes more, I think.
Yes.
Because it really was a horror movie made for horror fans. Like, it's very self-referential of the genre.
Kind of like Cabin in the Woods before Cabin in the Woods.
Yes, very much.
Only
Very much
Cabin
so.
in the Woods is probably... I mean, I haven't seen the second or third, but I'm going to go ahead and say it's probably way better than the entire Scream trilogy.
Cabin in the Woods is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Cabin in the Woods. Okay, but this way, Scream is good.
Yeah.
Cabin in the Woods is great.
Cabin in the Woods is Cabin in the Woods.
How can you go wrong with a Cabin in the Woods? I mean, really, it's Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, God. And then there's I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh, my God. Mill Creek sent me an email saying that they were releasing that on Blu-ray. And I'm like, all right, send it to me.
I remember telling Sean the story of how I was at, I was up at that resort with Mom, and so one of the activities they had for like the teens, our age group, was like a movie night for the week we were up there, and so we watched I Know What You Did Last Summer, and so watching it with people my age who were like making commentary on all the stupid things in that movie just made it so much more enjoyable.
Oh, yes, I remember you telling me.
That's the first time I ever had kind of like a riff track sort of experience on a movie. Like, because there's this one scene where, like, it's right after one of them had been murdered or something like that, and the girl picks up the phone, and she literally just goes, like, hello, and then goes, oh my god, I'll be right there. And now, I wouldn't have thought anything of it had it not been for the guy saying yes, would be like, wait, how fast was she talking to get all that information out of it? Hello?
Like, what was happening, who she was talking to, where they were, how to get there, how to use the traffic.
Yeah.
Hello? Oh my god, I'll be right there.
Yeah, and it's like, there was no way she would know where she was, like, for starters, or, never mind just explaining what had happened. It was so ridiculous. It's like, okay, they didn't really account for the timing right there.
Yeah.
And then the other infamous one was the scene in the wedding dress store when the last surviving girl and everyone it's been ages since I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And spoiler alert to anybody who hasn't seen it in 14 years or however long it's been.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
But anyways, yeah, I think one kind of goes with that spoiler warning. So basically, the girl, like, she gets into this, like, I think she escapes, like, on the rooftop from the killer or something like that. So she ends up on the second floor of this clothing store. And so she's going and she's trying to, like, find her way out or whatever. So she goes down a set of stairs. This is key. And she starts looking around. First of all, there's, like, all these white wedding dresses and then one purple, like, I don't know, bridesmaid dress or something. So everyone's like, gee, I wonder which one the killer is going to be standing behind.
Yeah, right.
And then he was behind the purple dress.
Yeah.
And so she's like, oh my god, and she starts scrambling backwards, so she's trying to get away. So she gets into, like, this clothing lift thing. It was, like, basically, it was like a manual elevator for, like, moving product to one floor and another.
It's basically like a dumb waiter, right?
It's like a dumbwaiter, yeah, but it wasn't even, like, electronic or, like, it was rope controlled.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going and she's like pulling on this rope to like hike herself up to the second floor, like forever. She's like, she's like all desperate and like that. And then at one point, the guy beside me was like, "Wait a minute, didn't she come down a set of stairs?" And then it immediately cut to a shot of the killer slowly walking up the set of stairs, and then back to her like, He's just gonna be sitting there, just calmly, like having a drink,
Just waiting for her to get
waiting
there.
for her to
Having a
arrive.
smoke, yeah.
Oh, you're here? Okay, let's just get this over with.
Monkey Shines, Dark Half, and Nightbreed. Yeah. Nightbreed is looks like it's gonna be a pretty awesome Blu-ray though.
Mm-hmm.
Still
I noticed-
run away from my goat.
In Future
Oh my
Shop
God.
today, I noticed a variety of editions of The Walking Dead Season 4. There was one in a lenticular slipcover. There was one with a replica of the key to the prison.
Mm-hmm.
There was just the regular edition with the slipcover. And then there was one in a steelbook, like an extra thick steelbook
Ooh.
for all the discs of the season. It was kind
I
of
saw a release of Lords of Salem like that. I don't know if all the releases are like that, but I saw
Really?
it. And I was tempted to pick it up because it was only $15. I'm like,
Oh my
Oh, wow.
God! I'd love to own that, you son of a bitch.
It's like a double thick steelbook.
yeah.
It's weird.
Ooh.
Never saw anything like that. And never saw anything like that before.
It's probably because it has more than one, page of Blu-rays on it.
Or special features, like
Yeah.
a book or something.
Gotta be bigger to fit all the cool stuff inside. That
Okay,
fucking
hold
guy
it,
is
hold it.
still running.
Duncan just made the cardinal error there. He says, "Should I see Cabin in the Woods? I'm not into that genre much." Stop! Everything you think, without giving anything away, just suffice it to say, whatever you think that movie is going to be is not what it is. It is not that genre. Well, it is, but it isn't. And trust me, the way in which it isn't makes it totally worth seeing, even if you're not normally into films of that genre. Definitely see Cabin in the Woods.
I agree.
It isn't what you think it
I think
is.
he's now more confused than ever before.
So long as you have seen movies in that genre and you know the tropes,
Yeah,
you will love.
it makes fun of the tropes of it, yeah, for sure. But there's more to it than just that. Like it's
Yeah.
Whatever you think it is, stop thinking about it. Just go and see it.
yeah.
Trust us.
Exactly. Like it's hard to explain it to someone without giving the game away. I mean, you really don't want to do that, but
Oh, good. I gotta watch it again.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it again this Halloween.
Dude, and Lords of
Just for
Salem
fun.
had a particular slipcover. Damn it.
That's what I need to do. I've got my list of movies I haven't seen before that I've set aside for Halloween, but I also need to set aside the favorites that I want to rewatch for Halloween.
And decide what you're actually gonna watch for Halloween.
Well, yeah. Cabin in the Woods. I definitely want to watch Trick or Treat again because we meant to watch that last year and didn't.
Halloween.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. You're just gonna make
I will
me
be
watch Eight-Legged
gone.
Freaks.
Yes. Eight-legged freaks.
Let me guess. You guys are gonna make me watch Eight-Legged Freaks.
Eight-Legged Freaks. That movie is so hilarious.
I saw that.
I've actually heard, yeah.
It's not like Arachnophobia. It's actually like
Which is another one actually I've never seen.
you've never seen Arachnophobia.
I've seen
That's
some
really
bits
good.
of it like ages ago. I don't think I've ever actually watched it. So
It's a good movie. It's got some humor in it as well, but it's definitely more on the horror side.
yeah, I heard John Goodman has a memorable role in it.
John Goodman is
Yeah.
priceless. He's worth the price of admission alone. Yeah. Well, there's all the big Halloween set coming out this year, of course. Everybody's gonna be talking about.
Oh yeah, speaking of Halloween, I'm gonna be gone from the 21st of October to November 4th.
Well, fuck you.
Yeah, what the fuck? You're missing Halloween.
I will try to make it for Halloween because I'll
Well,
be free
you,
for Halloween.
Is that still your trip out west, Skinslip?
What's that?
Is that still your trip out west you were talking about?
Yeah, down south for me. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
on that one. Yeah, I'm going to Sacramento for 14 days.
Oh, okay. Are you going via, like, where Stout is?
No. I actually have
Oh.
a friend who wants me to go visit her in Portland in January, so
Okay.
she wants to pay to fly me out there, and so I'll have me stay extra days and just go stay with Stout for a few days at the end of it.
Well, when that happens, actually, January wouldn't be a bad time because that's when I get more money from student loans. So
I won't know probably until 2 or 3 weeks out. Like, it's going to be, like, last minute probably.
oh,
But
that's fine.
I'll try to let
I'm
everyone
just saying
know.
because I could come down and see you guys because Portland is only, like, I don't know, 3-4 hours away from the ferry for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Usually takes me like 4 to 6 hours just to get to Seattle.
Well, I drive quick.
Ah.
Speed limit. Sorry.
Well, I'm talking about the Washington State ferry, so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, crap, which actually might be out of service then because it goes in dry dock every January.
Well, I'll let you know when I know.
When I,
If
So,
or when I'm
Duncan,
going to.
Duncan
even from
said-
Vancouver, I mean, Portland's about 6 hours, so.
Duncan says that's not.
Give or take. I mean, it could be closer to 7 in traffic, but.
That's what I was actually asking about. It says I'm not into the genre that these tropes may come from, meaning the entire horror genre as a whole collectively.
Horror. I mean,
He says I just
I
need to
don't
know
know
what
how
I
you're
should
supposed to
watch
say horror without
catch
saying
these
horror.
tropes. Well, I mean, honestly, a lot of them aren't necessarily specific to any one subgenre or a series of films. Like you more just kind of catch the vibe that like, oh, this is a horror thing, you know. And I don't think you need to necessarily be well versed in the genre
Yeah,
to get what they're making fun of. Like, even if you haven't seen the films that they may be specifically referencing in certain points, you'll still get the reference. Like, you'll still recognize what they're making fun of. You know, it's not you know, one of those pretentious parodies that assumes a lot of encyclopedic knowledge of the genre. It's much more broad and accessible, and I think that's why a lot of people liked it, is because even if you're not particularly a horror fan, it's still fun. Like, I showed it to my mom, who's not, I mean, she watches some horror stuff. Funny enough, she likes the Scream movies, which really surprised me because she normally hates slashers, but she really liked those ones. And she really enjoyed it. Like, she had a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is her mother that also has very bizarre reasons for why she won't like stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she didn't like Fargo because she didn't like the way that they talked.
Wow.
Okay.
Or
Oh, yeah.
this is an even better one. You'll love this one. She tried to watch Breaking Bad, but she couldn't get into it because she didn't like how he was coughing all the time.
Oh,
He has cancer!
Oh my god!
And he's not coughing through the entire series.
It's not like coughing bad, like
Coughing bad.
Jesse. Like he has dialogue.
Man, that's a bad cough. You should get some Halls.
Wow.
For those times when you have those extra bloody coughs, get Halls Ultra.
Those extra bloody coughs.
With cancer fighting ingredients.
She shared my, because she watched the first few episodes the same as I have. That's actually all I've seen so far is the first 4.
Yeah.
And she shared with me my comedic but also horrified at the bathtub scene.
Oh, yes.
Because it's like you're sitting there just in shock and horror, but you can't help but laugh. Like,
I know.
So it's such a like dark laugh.
Well, that's what the show is like. I mean, there is a lot of humor in it, but it's often on the dark
Really
side.
Really dark.
Yeah.
Sometimes really dark. You're like, I'm like, each time I was like, wow, that was dark.
Actually, I was thinking of another incident like that where it's like, you know, you shouldn't laugh, but you can't help but laugh situation.
Yeah.
One that happened to Sean and I actually. I don't know if
Which
you remember.
time?
One of the many times. This one in particular I was thinking of was when. Do you remember at the house how in the laundry room there was like that huge shelf of all the like the towels and everything? It was all meticulous, and then one of the shelves broke.
I don't remember that, but okay.
I just remember because our stepsister came and like told us what had happened or something like that, and our stepmom, like her thing with her, they were meticulously organized, like by type and by color, and which ones were for us and which ones were for guests only, and like it was all specific and everything. Like if you happen to take a towel, say, out of the dryer, you know, you had to fold it up, you had to put it back in its right place and everything. Well, one of the upper shelves broke once, and it had like this cascading effect that it like took out the next two. So the shelves all collapsed on one side, and then a bunch of the towels fell forward and all onto the floor, mixing with the dirty laundry as well. So our stepsister like said like, yeah, so something happened, and like so we peek in to look. So Sean just turns around the corner and looks, and just has this like laugh out of nowhere. And our sister's just like, shh. We're all gonna get in shit.
Yeah.
It was just like this horrified laugh. Oh man.
Oh man.
That guy is still running.
Is that what you're doing? Just sitting there waiting until he's glitches to the earth or something? Or the rock? Or
He's supposed to be running away from me.
Why don't you just kill him already?
This that'd be hilarious. Just
Let him stand there and run for God knows how long.
and later.
20 minutes or so far? It feels that way. My judgment, okay, when I'm medicated, judgment of time goes out the window. Because me and Scott will be sitting here, and I'll be kind of loopy. And I feel like I'm just falling asleep for like 10 minutes, and Scott's just finishing his sentence, so clearly he hasn't been talking for 10 minutes. I just blacked out for like a single syllable, and it was like, oh, what's going on?
What's happening?
Am I right? Oftentimes, I'll look at you on the cam, and I'll probably have the dumbest look, like, what's going on face? I'm just confused.
I thought you were going to say on the can. Like, I look at you on the can.
Let it go.
Let it go.
I saw that this week. That was pretty good. Frozen. I saw Frozen this week, yeah.
Okay.
It was alright.
No penis-shaped food.
Haven't seen it. Rosie likes it.
I still got the modified ones that she's going, fuck it all. Fuck it all.
Yeah, it was alright. It was nothing to write home about. I think they just got as much attention and love as it did because it's non-standard storytelling method, or not method, storyline, story in general. Like the way it's, it kind of subverts what you expect, and that's nice. But I mean, it wasn't like it's hard to explain. You know, I mean, it's not '90s Disney. You know, I mean, that was like high time in Disney.
This ain't your daddy's Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no clouds for making Frozen.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
It's not your daddy's. It's right.
Not.
It's accurate.
Not your daddy's. It's not.
This ain't your daddy's.
Be so happy, Brandon, right now. I captured my original airings in 5 Faces of Darkness.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's different in the original airings.
Actually, I don't know that it really is, but...
It isn't. The only thing that was different was they released a movie version on home video.
Yes, the Family Home Entertainment. Now, the way I recorded...
I watched a lot.
Yes. I always wanted to get that just to have it in better quality, but they had it on Laserdisc as well, which I held in my hand, but I never bought. Silly
Bet you kind of regret that a little bit.
I do, definitely. But, what was I talking about?
Are you getting tired, Sean?
No. Fine.
Here's a question.
Oh,
sorry.
sorry, I just remembered. Yeah, much like the video release, coincidentally, I edited mine into movie form as well. So just basically cutting the titles out between the parts. I found the Transformers ones were really easy to do that way because the opening and closing titles were always the same. So you could easily just chop them out and have a big, long 5-episode movie and not be missing anything as long as you have the titles at the beginning and end.
Yeah.
So that's what I did with 5 Faces of Darkness because it made sense to me because it was one massive story, basically.
Here's something kind of interesting for both Guardian of the Galaxy and Doctor Who fans.
Ah.
Is it Karen Gillan?
Karen Gillan, yes. Played Amy Pond.
And Nebula.
And Nebula, yeah. This is
so
more
hot.
In particular for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Even
Apparently, for her role in Guardians of the Galaxy, she did not wear like skull cap.
No, she shaved her head.
No, she actually shaved her head. Yeah.
Actually, there's a video
She's
of
badass like that.
her getting her head. That's dedication to a role right there.
Oh, she's awesome. I loved her. She was a great character in Doctor Who. Too. You guys will love her when we get there.
She's here, yay!
But yeah, there's a
Very
video
Scottish, very redhead, very sexy. Oh.
floating around Facebook right now of her
Oh, hi,
actually
Jadzia.
getting her head shaved.
Awesome. Yeah, she's the real deal.
Completely forgot what I was talking about.
Something I was talking about 5 Faces of Darkness. You're
I
talking
waited
about
for.
watching it
Yeah, I
live.
know. Oh my god, and I have no remembrance for.
What you were gonna say? All right.
No, I don't remember. Like, because I waited because you had something to say, and then
And then I forgot, and then I remembered. And then, yeah.
Mid your thing, and I was like, mid your talk, I was like, I don't remember what I was going to have to say. Damn it.
That just happens to me just
All the time.
regularly. Yeah.
It
My
happens to me
memory is
sometimes.
a sieve nowadays. It's just
It's like you have the memory of a 20-year-old stoner.
Ah.
You know.
I have the memory of an 80-year-old man. That's what's going on.
One difference with my off-air recording of 5 Faces of Darkness, it has the correct intro.
There, I remember. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all collectors. What is the one thing you absolutely regret? It haunts you. What is the one thing you missed? Like the deal you missed, or the chance to get a set you missed, or that release that you just regret you never got. Now you just can't get it because it's too expensive. What was that one? You know, everyone has that one. And mine was I had $100 and I was holding the Blade Runner Blu-ray set.
Like the briefcase set?
Yes.
Mm.
And I put it back to get a bunch of other movies. And I regret that to this day.
There's, honestly, there's a few like that I let slip through my fingers. One,
Big one. Like your White Whale.
There isn't really just one. There's a couple. But two that sort of immediately spring to mind would be Batman the Animated Series, the complete series set.
Mm-hmm. Which
I can't entirely feel at fault for because I never saw it in stores here. Otherwise, I would have bought it. I don't think it actually came out here in stores. And it went out of print so fucking fast.
It did.
I'm amazed that anybody. No, not even that. It was like less than 6 months. I swear.
Yeah.
Like it came out in November and it was out of print like before.
Yeah.
Spring.
Before summer.
But
just gone.
Yeah, it was gone. And it came back briefly. I don't know if Amazon opened a crate and found a stack of them or what. And then it disappeared again. And now I checked just the other day out of curiosity. It goes for like $300-400 on Amazon now. It's ridiculous. So that's one.
I have the whole series, and I paid brand new. I paid less than that.
Yeah. The other one is the Seinfeld complete series set, like the original release of that, with the coffee table book and the beautiful black case, which you can still get. You can still find it, but it's not as cheap as it once was. But I mean, I remember seeing it on sale for like about $100 one Christmas season, and I much like you, I had it in my hands. I was like, maybe, put it back, and then just never saw it again. I thought that was actually going to happen with the MASH set, but thankfully, Chris, being wonderful, generous, and delicious, sent it to me. And I will be forever grateful for that.
Alright, what's your white whale stout?
I can't even really think of any. I know that I made a really stupid mistake when I was younger, and I really wanted to check out all the Dragon Ball Z stuff, but they were only showing certain stuff on what was it, the thing that was on Cartoon Network.
Toonami?
Toonami, yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see the rest of the series, but I couldn't see it all because they were only showing certain things on there. So somebody was selling like bootlegs of the entire Dragon Ball Z, GT, and everything series, and I paid $30 for that, and they never sent it because they
Oh no! They just ripped you off.
That happened.
Yeah, and I couldn't complain about it because it was a bootlegger.
Uh huh.
I'm actually torn between two different situations. The first one was when I was younger, so I can kind of forgive it a bit. It was during the time of the N64. I've told this story to some of you guys before, but back when the game Banjo-Kazooie was being like hinted at and like Nintendo Power, it was still kind of an unknown game. There were some early reviews of it, and that was really it. Toonami, speaking of Toonami, held a contest, a mail-in, contest, name, address, and explaining why, whatever, and you'll get an early release copy of Banjo-Kazooie. Guess who won first prize?
You?
I did. So to this day, I regret selling my boxed copy of Banjo-Kazooie that I won first prize from Toonami in with my N64.
Oh.
So there's that.
Yeah.
And the other one I was torn against is I had both the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 copies of the Half-Life 2 Orange box.
Oh, really?
I had both of them. And
Yeah,
seeing what they go for now,
yeah,
they can easily get $100 for both of them.
Yeah.
Together.
The PS3 version especially, that I gather had a really low print run. It just seems to have disappeared.
Yeah, you're looking at the 360 one. You're looking at about $70, and the PS3 one actually is a little lower, $48.
I wish they would release Portal on like PSN or something. Just can we please have the first one again, please?
Yeah, I kicked myself because I did the worst possible thing too. I didn't sell them on eBay. I traded them in at fucking GameStop.
Ah, Jesus, bro.
So I got like $4 for them.
Wow.
Sell them for $30.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Good one.
Just punch yourself in the dick for that one. I can't reach.
Right into the penis.
Just be like, dude, what? Oh, fuck!
Yep, I had when I had an Xbox 360, I had the 360 version, and then I bought a PS3 and bought the PS3 version, and then turned around and sold it again.
Oh, that sucks. Patrick says Scooby-Doo, the original series, the box set that Skin Slip has, but he doesn't. Says I wanted it for Christmas and ordered it, but the seller canceled the order, and I never got it. That sucks. He probably realized it was worth more than you were selling it for or something.
I regret not picking up the other 3 copies of that Scooby-Doo set to have 4 of them, knowing full well they were going to go out of print and go $500. They were $100. They were under $100. They were like $80 on clear.
They seriously go for $500 now?
They were for a while. I don't think they're less now because that other set came out.
The other set, they devalued them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell you what my white whale was. 2 years ago, there was a car for sale, literally right steps away from my house. It was a 1986 Ford Taurus wagon, but this one in particular, first of all, had a 4-cylinder engine, which those are kind of hard to find because that was only the base model had those. Most of them came to the V6.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember telling you about this. And this one was a 5-speed, which was incredibly rare. They only did a 5-speed Taurus for the first 2 years, other than the sport one that came out later.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was for it was to try and lure away Japanese car buyers, because that's what the Taurus was competing against initially, like the Accord and stuff like that. And they all came with a 5-speed, so they offered a model with a 5-speed and a 4-cylinder for economy kind of buyers that can buy that. It wasn't very popular. Most Taurus buyers wanted a V6, wanted an automatic, so it got dropped after the second year, I think, for the wagon, anyways. So, and also to have that combination in the wagon was incredibly rare. So yeah, this car was for sale. It was just like any other used car of that vintage, and I think they only wanted like $100 for it.
$100?
$500.
Oh.
It was listed for like $400 or $500. So I mean, it was
still it's.
Oh my god.
But I mean, I kind of waffled on it a bit and wasn't sure if I was going to get a car. And then by the time I was buying a car, it was long gone.
Yeah.
It's probably somewhere else here in Victoria, but you know, if it's still running. But yeah.
Holy crap, Rez. Rez in the chat said, my bro threw away his perfectly good copy of Intelligent Cube because he didn't have a PlayStation in it. Now, what's interesting about Intelligent Cube is currently, for the box in the game, you're looking at close to $300 for that PlayStation game.
Wow.
Fucking hell. You're looking at like $30-40 for it, just like a disc in a sleeve.
Sorry, I missed a comment there. Dr. Gonzo was just asking, what is Five Faces of Darkness? Well, Five Faces of Darkness was the 3rd season premiere of the original Generation 1 Transformers cartoon. It basically was a direct continuation of the events from the theatrical movie of that year, and picked up right where the movie left off. So it was an epic 5-part story, which really added a lot of information to sort of the backstory of Transformers lore and whatnot. A lot of information we didn't have before, and formed the basis of much of the season to follow. So yeah, it was really good. So this is a picture just of the VHS release, which is the one that Skinslip was renting a lot. And
I could have swore I had a different cover though.
There was a Laserdisc edition of this as well. Same cover, just slightly more expanded artwork. And yeah.
You know, I watched that a lot.
It's good stuff. And I never actually owned the video, but I did record it off the television at one point, and still have the tape to this day, and just captured it to the computer today to save forever. So yeah, anyway, Five Faces of Darkness, really good, epic Generation 1 story.
We watched it already.
I just
did. It was actually the last one we watched before we took a break from the group viewings.
Yep.
So next we'll be getting into the series proper.
so wish we could just go back in time and yell at our younger selves to not throw shit away.
Yeah. Don't throw anything away ever.
Ever. Duncan just said that when he was younger, he threw away the Commodore 64 version of the Great Gianna Sisters.
Ah.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
remember that.
Dude.
I had that on Steam, but Jesus Christ, you know.
Great Gianna Sisters.
It has a remake, you should say.
Oh, the remake, yeah. Twisted Dreams.
Yep, that has both first and second. Now it's the third one.
I just love the backstory behind the Great Gianna Sisters. Just the fact that it was almost a feminist attempt at the whole anti-Mario thing. And they just that message didn't even get through at all. They were literally just canned the fact that it was a copy of Mario.
Mm-hmm.
I think sad, man.
Super Mario Brothers, Great Gianna Sisters. Come on.
Yeah, I'm breaking along there myself. Woo! Mind you, this wasn't full. This wasn't full when I started, but
Yeah, where's the DeLorean?
A third left, so.
yeah, I would have gone back to 2006 and me dropping some boxes off at the Salvation Army and go, check the contents first.
Yeah.
Because I told Sean this story when I accidentally threw away my talking Teddy Ruxpin dolls that I had from when I was a kid.
You had Teddy and Grubby and like almost every audio tape adventure they had.
We probably still have the audio tape adventures somewhere. This is the actual dolls I got rid of.
Great. Yeah, because the audio tapes would come with they would have like a hardcover storybook and the audio tape with the audio version.
My friend Teddy Ruxpin. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I was
I had money. I didn't acquire them because they're you can get the both of them and they're not actually terribly expensive.
No, I was telling Cass earlier today. I think it's because they re-released it recently.
Yeah.
In a sort of new digital form. I mean, it's still the same toys, but they use like digital recordings instead of audio tapes. Yeah.
And now Bluetooth syncs to your phone.
Yeah. Well, I think originally the idea was they were going to have. It was you could have Grubby. I actually have a commercial for Grubby as well. He was his little caterpillar friend, and there would be a cable that would attach Grubby to Teddy. So anytime in the story, anytime Teddy was talking, his mouth would move and his eyes and stuff. And anytime Grubby was talking, when they were connected, his mouth and eyes would move. So it'd be like they're actually there. And I guess what the idea was if it had carried on, they would have had more characters that you could network together and like set up in your room, and like you'd have all of them there talking and doing their lines and stuff. But they only got as far as Teddy and Grubby.
Teddy. He was awesome.
So Dad would play the professor.
I was just amazed that here was an animatronic character in your home. Like, that just blew my mind. Because, I mean, this is from the era of, like, Chuck E. Cheese and Showbiz Pizza Place and stuff, so, you know, kids weren't unaccustomed to these types of performing characters, like robotic performing characters, but to actually be able to own one and have it in your home doing little shows for you, I mean, that was just mind-blowing to me. I was so jealous of Cass for that. You have to do that.
You know, it's funny you mention that because there's this game that came out called Five Nights at Freddy's. And it plays that whole fucking Chuck E. Cheese animatronic thing.
Yeah.
And what you do is you play the character of somebody who's like the night watchman at one of these places. And apparently the fucking animatronic things come to life at night. And if they find you, they try to stuff you into one of the animatronic dolls.
Oh, great.
Thus murder you.
That's not horrifying at all.
Yes, it is the scariest game. I'm planning to play this for Halloween.
This is going to be one of those games that will bring genuine phobias to
my God, dude.
Teddy Ruxpins to adults.
I have got so many freaking games lined up for Halloween now. Like, I'm gonna have to do like 24-hour stretches of non-stop gaming just to get through all of them. It's like, I'm so scared.
So my Teddy Ruxpin was rocking this right here, 1984's Power Slave.
Teddy
exact
Ruxpin
tape.
and
I had the
There you
tape
go.
still.
There you go.
You know, Teddy Ruxpin.
That's the actual tape.
Yeah. That's the actual tape.
No penis-shaped food.
I also have,
What is this, The Sims or something?
Number of the Beast.
No,
but
it's Goat Simulator.
Oh, it's good. What? Okay.
Apparently I'm an angel goat. How did I become an angel goat?
Because you're standing with them for a long period of time.
Oh, apparently that's how you get the angel goat. I had no idea. Now I'm a giant, buff, short-legged angel goat.
Headbutt cars and they explode and
That is
kill
just
people.
Oh
bizarre.
yeah, let's go back to this glitching dude.
They said they're going to leave all the glitches in the game.
What's the whole point of the game? And
Yeah.
jump in front of the bus. Ow, ow, oh god, jeez.
Ow,
Nice.
ow, ow.
Ew, ow,
Perfect.
ow, ow. My favorite is when you become like Lord of the Goats and you go to like they like worship you like a satanic god and you push like the action button and you can rain goat corpses upon people's bodies. You push button and goat corpses fall from the sky and shit.
Oh
What the
God!
fuck?
There it is.
Reach for the stars. Hit it! Hit it! Hit it! Hit it! Hit it! Oh.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. I have goats later. It's awesome.
Do you know?
We gotta show off the other game we've been playing. Everybody, I did the show us your mountains.
Oh yeah, mountains.
Oh shit. Let me get my outline out. Fuck.
There's this game. It's not really even a game. It's an experience called Mountain.
It's only $1.
And all you do is you watch your mountain do shit. And you can play music with your keyboard. And when you play music, it spins your mountain faster and can even help your mountain escape certain annihilation.
Help your mountain.
And
Actually,
if you play certain tunes, you can actually make your mountain like rain fire or blood or frogs or fish or a variety of different things. And
Where was I just
things
now?
will come and fucking hit your mountain. So you'll see with their mountains they have random
My mountain just
shit.
asked, where was I just now when I turned it back on?
I said, thank God, some fresh air. Oh my God.
So yes, say hello to their mountains.
Mine's a very snow globy, snowy mountain.
Oh. Apparently this is where I had Arise Serpento Arise at one point.
Alright. Do you have Into Your Tent That Will Silently Creep, by chance?
I didn't actually tape a lot of G.I. Joe. I was very limited on what I was allowed to, like how often I was allowed to use the VCR, so Transformers was the one that won. I watched G.I. Joe all the time, but yeah, I don't think I actually have any full episodes other than the Family Home Entertainment videos I bought. And of course the Foot Locker set, which I love. But none from the original airings. Alas. Pretty sure that's Arise Serpento Arise.
Arise, chicken. Arise.
It must be, because I don't see Serpentor in this episode.
Chicken.
Yeah.
Come out into the street. Better reception.
Arise, chicken.
Hey, chicken, arise.
That's opportunity number 4.
Rise, chicken. Chicken, arise. Oh, head pulled upside down. Now repeat after me.
JL. Sean, why don't you like Power Rangers? JL, why do you keep bugging me about it? Can you just let it go, please? Thank you.
Seriously, come on.
It's not for everybody.
Not everybody likes everything. And the thing is,
Except Brandon.
Sean, he likes, if I remember correctly, you actually do like Sentai kind of stuff. You just don't like Power Rangers.
I like
It's like-
some Sentai type stuff,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. I just don't
Well, he's
like
willing to watch
Power
Iron
Rangers.
King and Red Baron. He's willing to try things.
Yeah.
Iron King and Red Baron. There you go. Which is more
Sean's like, I'm giving you Iron King, I'm giving you Red Baron. What more do you
what I'm
want?
looking for. There it is, 75.
2%. 2%. I did watch like the recent
Too legit.
anniversary.
Too legit to quit.
Hey, hey!
Hey, hey.
Oh, Lord.
So, I'm back on days this week.
Ooh.
and the following week, and possibly the week after. So maybe get back to Transformers. Maybe
Sounds good to me.
finish up season 3 and the
thumbs up.
incredibly lengthy season 4.
God, it takes so long to get through season 4.
I know.
So many episodes.
God, it just goes on and
It
on.
might be like
and
2
on.
months solid just for those.
Just for season 4.
It's the longest season ever of any
It is.
show.
Ever.
It's
Any
Guinness
show
World Book
ever.
Records.
For those who don't get sarcasm, it's 3 episodes.
Wait, you're being sarcastic? Shit.
Oh. I mean, there's been seasons longer than that? What? Actually, asked, are you going to do a 25th anniversary of The Simpsons? Well, I have been. I just haven't been doing any videos about it. Like, I've been celebrating it quietly to myself by watching The Simpsons. Beyond that, honestly, I don't know. Like, we're not planning any group viewings or anything like that, but there's just way too much other stuff to do. And we're not even going to get through half the stuff we wanted to get through this year. It's just not going to
Yeah. That's the
But,
thing, like, you can't stream everything.
No. Well, and I mean, we don't have limitless.
Sometime.
We don't have limitless energy, and sometimes, you know,
Or time. Yeah.
or time. Yeah, I mean, my work schedule lately has prevented me from doing much of anything, and that's it is what it is. I gotta work, you know, gotta work to live.
Hey, kitty.
Why? What the fuck is going on here? Seriously, why are you? No,
My cat is naked.
why are you doing
Their
that?
harness off.
I don't
Oh,
understand.
it's like, aren't they usually?
My cat had a harness.
Okay.
So I just loved in cartoons where a cartoon character
Good to know.
normally, like if it's a cartoon animal or something,
Gosh,
they're normally wearing no clothes, and yet if they have a scene where they're in the shower and they get interrupted, they act like, "Oh my God, you're gonna see me naked."
Or
Yeah.
even better, like Donald Duck, he got a shirt taken in one thing, and he goes like, "Oh my God!" They're like, "You don't have pants, man. What are you
You're
covering?"
giving it all away. What are you worried about? Oh, Manic says he didn't even see Rebirth until at least 10 years after it aired. Craziness. Craziness. Then Christian says, Sean, maybe hit up the movie house and TMNT. What, the new one? You fucking kidding? There's no way I'm wasting a movie ticket money on that. No way. You know what I'm going to go see in the theater probably tomorrow with my little one? Ghostbusters. Yes. I'm going to go see a good movie on the big screen.
Oh, yeah, you know it's good.
Because I literally have not seen it on the big screen since 1984 when it was new. So,
And you had popcorn thrown at you.
I did, because I couldn't stop laughing at the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man scene. I lost my shit when he first walked on the screen. And he just looked so happy and so friendly. like, this is what's going to destroy the world. And I just lost it. I could not stop laughing.
I guarantee you, if Reitman and all the people involved with that had seen your reaction, they would have been so pleased. Like, this kid gets it. This kid understands how ridiculous this is.
Or it'd be like, this guy, he's on the ball. You know,
This guy.
he gets it.
He gets
Everyone is throwing popcorn at him and is mad at him. They don't get it. He gets it.
He gets it on a different level than the rest of these.
That's true, yeah.
This is the reaction you're
was-
supposed to have.
I guess
To a giant marshmallow man conquering New York City.
So happy and jolly. So great.
He was. He just looked so friendly.
I
And
lost my shit when he frowns when he gets shot with the beams. I just lost my shit at that point. I just.
Like, fuck you, I was being nice.
For the hugs. All right, sorry, Cass.
So many. No, I was gonna say so many great lines in that movie.
There is.
But yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
I'm hoping that's my one fear is going to see it in the theater now. Is it going to be filled with people who will not be able to resist quoting the movie as the movie is happening?
No. It's still
that's what I was going to say, Sean. Can I just say how much it really warmed my heart, and I really appreciated how Rosie really understands like old school humor.
Oh,
He really appreciates it.
which
Well, like earlier today, Sean and I were reminiscing about some scenes from Taxi that we really liked.
oh, yes.
And then, of course, Rosie hasn't seen it, so we explained it to her. Like, we explained the whole setup and everything, and she completely got it.
Oh, the encyclopedia thing, is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
like the whole thing, like the scene when Reverend Jim, when he has the job selling vacuum cleaners, so he goes to this woman's house and like destroys her carpet. Like, let's get this stain really in there. He like pours like cooking grease on it and like he's mashing it in with his foot and everything like that. Then he opens up his briefcase and he remembers that he sells encyclopedias.
Yeah, he opens up his briefcase, pulls out an encyclopedia, and says, "No,
Where do I plug this in?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I didn't get the vacuum job."
Can I just interest you in a set of encyclopedias? Just goes right into it.
Yeah, so we explained it to Rosie, and like her face lit right up, like she completely got the irony of it and everything.
Yeah, she laughed. She thought it was funny without even having seen it.
What I was gonna say in response to your argument being a theater with people quoting it, I went to a screening for the anniversary of Wrath of Khan.
Oh, okay.
And and the guy was like doing the intro, and it's like okay, and you know, we'll have a Q&A afterwards, and blah blah blah, and so he's like, but I need you guys to not quote the line when it happens, and everyone in the audience looks at each other and we're like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So about 35 minutes into the movie, or even 45 minutes, the Infinite line comes up, and he's about to deliver it, and there's a fucking lull in the audience, and then suddenly every single person in unison yelled "Khan" at the top of their fucking lungs. I get goosebumps thinking about it. Like, it was amazing.
That actually, now that would have been funny though.
Yeah.
Like, at least that's not, because the problem with Ghostbusters is there's so many infinitely quotable lines in it. Like right from the opening scene, there's quotable lines like,
there is no Dana, only Zool.
Yeah, you can keep the $5.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Back off, man! I'm a scientist. You know, I mean, there's.
Fuck it. I'm buying that Blu-ray set.
It's like, you're right. No human would ever stack books like this.
Oh God. God, I love that movie so much.
Yeah.
So good.
Well, actually, I don't know if you saw, Sean, but John had that picture posted when he dressed up as the Ghostbusters like years ago, like with his wife. And then I put the comment, I said, what are you, some kind of cosmonaut? He seemed to like that. But, oh yeah, and the other one with Taxi that Sean and I were, of course, talking about was the infamous with Reverend Jim doing the driving test.
Oh, yeah!
It's like, what does a yellow light mean? Slow down. Okay. What? Slow down. Okay. What? Just the mind that came up with that, like, just blows me away.
So funny.
So perfect.
I know Christopher Lloyd is so brilliant as Reverend Jim.
Yeah.
Brother Jim.
Well, just like the whole, like, when he's filling out the application form, and they're like, it's asking about your medical history, stuff like that, and it says mental illness or narcotics addiction. He goes, or narcotics addiction. He goes, oh, that's a tough choice.
It's not which would you prefer.
Yeah, I know. And then he's filling out the form. He's like, eyes. And then he's like, no, don't put 2. Well, then like Jeff, he's like, well, he looks at Jeff Conway. He's like, what color are my eyes? And he's like, looking at him. He's like, does anybody else want to take a stab at this? Like, well, you can roll out white.
Oh God, that show, man.
Well, yeah, and then at the end, like, he passes the test and he gets his license, and you see the whole thing. It says on the side of the cab, it's like the initial fare is like 90 cents for the first half mile, and then it's like, 10 cents a mile after that, or whatever it is. And so he goes, and so Judge Hirsch says, I want the honor of being your first passenger. And so he goes and he gets in the back, and he's like, oh, where to, sir? He's like, oh, just take me uptown. And they're all standing, beside the cab, waiting for him to take off and do his first fare. But he puts it in reverse and goes through the back wall. Then he turns around to Judge Hirsch. That'll be 90 cents.
Oh Lord.
So apparently, I think that's the last of them. Total number of off-air recorded Transformers episodes, 41. So I had darn near half the series. Yeah.
Nice.
And my season 1 recordings are from season 1, like 1984, when it originally aired.
Are they in better
Right,
quality than even what is on the DVD set?
No. They are all from EP lo-fi recordings, but after running through the time-based corrector, they're surprisingly watchable. But it's just interesting to see, because there are some differences, definitely, from the aired versions of those and what we've had on all the DVD releases. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Funny enough, Raptor, JL mentions you should ask if I'd shown E.T. to Rosie. Raptor says JL might be a little intense for her. Tear City. That's what I was thinking. But the funny thing is, she was telling me that the other night, I guess it was on TV or something, she watched about the first half of it.
Oh, really?
I was really wanting her to see it for the first time with me, so clearly I need to step that up a bit.
Yeah.
But
well,
she
it's
had
good for Halloween.
Yes, well, that's the thing. That's what I was thinking. I was to show it to her around Halloween. So, like, why the fuck are they showing it right now? It's a Halloween movie. But apparently she said she couldn't watch the whole thing. She had to go to bed, so she was only able to watch about half of it. I was like, oh, good. You haven't seen all the sad parts yet, then.
You can experience that.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, really?
So you can experience that with me.
And you can laugh at your inner child. Like, yeah, you did that too at one point.
Oh, that one. It still makes me tear up. I'm a big suck when it comes
that
to
That one will never not make me tear up, honestly.
It doesn't make me cry. But I mean, then again, I cried a lot of other movies, so it's not like.
Sorry, what scene is this?
Just several scenes in E.T.
Oh, okay.
Oh, just E.T. in general?
Just E.T.
John Williams' score. Just
It's
at
not
the
that-
end, John Williams' score alone can make me cry.
Dude, it's not even like I don't get emotional about it. I just don't get.
Hauntingly beautiful.
I just go, oh, it's so sad, and then I'm done. Like.
Yeah.
And then I'm watching her, and I'm just like. Just like-
Seriously, he was a fucking mess.
to see that.
movie.
Probably one of the best movies I've ever seen. In my
Oh, that's
entire
a
life.
that's actually a really good idea, Raptor. Stock up on Reese's Pieces. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll make a little bowl of Reese's Pieces for us. There you go.
Thanks.
Perfect.
You should buy one of those Halloween buckets from like the 80s that were E.T.'s head.
JL says bring E.T. back to the theater. Yeah, I guess the last time they did that was when they did the walkie-talkie cut in
Special
2002.
edition.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see the actual theatrical version of it. And no, I have not watched the walkie. I refuse to call it the 20th anniversary edition. It will always be the walkie-talkie.
When you mentioned Reese Pieces,
Reese Pieces.
when you mentioned Reese's Pieces, it made me think of the '90s like Reese's Pieces song. Do you remember the one?
I don't know.
It was like about all these other things that were pieces, and then
Oh, maybe.
it was like art pieces, time pieces, something pieces, Reese's Pieces.
Okay.
And it's like, dude, I'll have to find it.
Raptor says skin slip is a wreck when the shark dies in Jaws. That poor animal.
No, but I always get goosebumps when I hear the Indianapolis USS Indianapolis speech. Always get goosebumps. Never fails me.
Indianapolis.
Never fails.
Which one?
When he's talking about the ship that went down and how the shark came by.
Oh, Quint's story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every time goosebumps. Just oh wow.
Is it so beautifully written
And that
delivered?
song, and they started doing the song, and it's just like, damn.
Yeah, I've seen some good parodies or homages to that scene over the years.
Chasing Amy, in fact, has one.
Chasing Amy has one. Also, that Star Wars fan film I keep meaning to show you guys has a really good one too, actually. The reminiscence in this case is about them all waiting outside in the cold for the film prints of Episode 1 to arrive so they could watch them.
Oh, Lord.
It's quite funny.
Yes, I just posted the link there in our chat for anyone who's interested. It's the "You'll Love 'Em to Pieces" commercial.
You'll love them to pieces. Yeah,
You'll probably recognize him here.
I'll watch it later.
It was on TV a fair bit.
Yeah.
I remember this one.
I got Reese's Pieces at the store today.
Did you know?
Hell yeah. Dollar store. Only $1, bitch.
Bitches!
Raptor says there should be a supercut of every time Quint says chief. Yes.
I actually got my favorite Walmart chips that I can't ever find anywhere. The chicken and rib barbecue ones.
Damn it. I want that.
Which one? Sorry, I missed that.
The chicken and rib barbecue.
Oh, by the way, yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of those, President's Choice brand chips are showing up at Shoppers Drug Mart now.
Yes. Well, this actually is in PC. This is Our Finest, which is Walmart's premier brand.
Oh, right.
Because Walmart has Great Value, which is their everyday brand, and then they have the Our Finest, which is like sort of it's
We don't
designed
have
to compete
that
with
here.
the President's Choice, I think.
It's like their President's Choice, yeah.
Yeah, because they do they have an Our Finest
You don't
barbecue
have
sauce,
that
which is
at
really
Walmart in the
No.
States?
No. I've never seen Our Finest. I've never seen a thing Our
Really?
Finest anything.
Maybe it's just a Canadian thing, like a direct. Because here we have the superstores, and they have a brand. They have their no-name brand, which would be the equivalent of the Great Value at Walmart.
Yeah.
And then they also have the President's Choice, which is also like sort of a discount brand, but it's much higher quality stuff.
That's such
what you
smart
see-
branding because everybody used to always say, "Oh no, it's not it's just some no-name brand," and so it actually have a no-name brand, like it's called No Name.
The president in question not being the president of Canada or something, but being the president of Loblaws, which is the company that owns the superstores.
Yeah.
Dave something.
All right.
Yeah. So anyway, and they'd have
Yeah.
like Dave's Choice as well. It would be sort of a sub brand of that.
Yeah, Dave's Pick or something like that. It's usually like something that goes on sale
Yeah.
at the time or something like that.
Good old Dave.
Yeah.
Never lets
He's
us
like the
down.
most Canadian sounding guy too. I've seen some of the commercials.
Dave. Yeah.
It's like, "Hey, I'm Dave.
But-
This is on
but-
sale this week, eh?"
Like as far as quality goes, I've found just generally the President's Choice stuff is actually quite good. And
It is.
and it's often quite affordable. What you've seen, I've had those decadent chocolate chip cookies before. That's President's Choice brand.
And those you can find in Shoppers now, too.
Yes. That was the first thing I saw there. I was like, oh, they've got the decadent cookies now.
Have you seen the, what they have in the superstores like that, the ice cream sandwich cookies using the decadent as the cookie?
No.
Yes.
No. Skin slip's dying. Well, it's almost
I have
midnight.
4 hours of sleep. So.
I love this quote here. A friend of mine posted. He says, "Those people who are against gay marriage and say in Genesis it was Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, are so narrow-minded. Everyone knows that in Genesis it was Phil Collins, Tony Banks, and Mike Rutherford."
That's right. Bravo.
I like that.
Mhm.
Posted by Lizzie the Leslie, apparently.
Lizzie the Leslie. That's funny. Oh. Well, I think I'm running out of steam as well. It was a busy day today. Helped Cass build his computer. Made an awesome stir fry with Rosie and I wolfed down while watching episodes of the 90s Fantastic Four.
I love that show.
You know what's funny is, okay, we all know the story with that, how the second season is way better than the first season.
Way better. Oh my god.
So Rosie
much better.
Rosie was enjoying it, but she had a few issues with it. She kind of liked the theme song. She was sing along with it. What surprised me was Giorgio Moroder did all the music for the first season of Fantastic Four. It's like, really? Was he on drugs that year, or what? What's going on? But anyway,
favor for a friend, probably.
So so there was quite a few episodes featuring Doctor Doom towards the latter half of the first season, and she recognized Doctor Doom, you know, from Spider-Man and stuff like that, and such. And I explained to her, I said, yeah, that's actually Doctor Doom was always kind of the Fantastic Four's main villain, just like, you know, this Spider-Man has Green Goblin, X-Men has Magneto, stuff like that. And she was like, oh, okay, cool. So Doctor Doom makes his first appearance, and the first thing she says is, he looks like a dork. And I was like, yeah, his design's kind of off in this one. It's like, his mouth looks weird. And she'd seen him in the comics. Like, she knows what Doctor Doom is supposed to look like. But there was just something kind of off about his design in that first season.
He looks like a dork.
So we get to the second season. And the second season, like, right from the opening scene, you can tell, like, this is a very different show. Like, it's still good old Fantastic Four, but they've really upped, like, raised the bar as far as writing and the story quality and character quality, characterization stuff, continuity, all that. So the first story of the second season had Doctor Doom in it, and not only slightly redesigned, but also a different voice actor doing a different voice. And as soon as he turned around and started speaking, and she saw, like, the new design, she was like, now that's Doctor Doom. He's like, I like this a lot better. And like, yeah, they kind of fixed some things in this season.
Have you seen the design for the new Fantastic Four's Doctor Doom? There's a photo of the new movie. They're filming right now.
Really? No, I have not.
Yeah.
Show me, please.
You'll find it.
Who's doing it? Is it Fox again, or is it?
Yeah, of course.
But it's Fox without Tom Rothman this time. This could be good.
I gotta find it again.
I actually didn't mind the live-action movies. The only issues I had was I didn't like the sort of retooling of Doom's origin.
Here we go. So,
but I especially didn't like how they fucked up the life.
So, I have heard so much bitching about this costume. And everyone's like, it's not Dr. Doom. Like,
Sorry, can you put it in the Google chat as well? I've got the hex chat open another window, so I can't screen share.
Yeah. That's not Doctor Doom. And people are like, oh, it doesn't look Doctor Doom. I'm like, actually, maybe you should read, if you're not a true comic fan, that Doctor Doom. In the sense, if you think, oh, I know Fantastic Four, well, why don't you know this Doctor Doom? It's a very important storyline. And it's Sorcerer Supreme Doctor Doom. When he sacrifices the only person he's ever loved to be given the powers of Sorcerer Supreme, essentially. And what that outfit is the flesh of his lover, infused with magical power. He is wearing his ex-girlfriend's face, essentially.
Wow.
So,
I doubt it's going to be that dark in the movie, I'm just saying.
yeah.
It's Doctor Doom, motherfuckers. I like it. I think it's cool. I like to go with the more mystical route for Doctor Doom. And that's mystic versus science,
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, to me, Doctor Doom was always kind of a combination of the two. Like,
Right.
I always felt like he was using what appeared to be sorcery, but he was using science to do that. Like, having things blasting out of his gauntlets and whatnot.
Right, and he's actually gone more mystical as the decades have gone on.
Yeah, that was actually
in the storyline. It's
The actor playing him, I presume.
Yes, in the
That's
storyline,
probably
which is from Reed Richards doesn't know how to combat Doom because Doom is so mystical that his scientific brain can't cope with it and can't think beyond science. So it's actually a really cool storyline. It's a very, very famous storyline.
that's actually the same storyline style from Marvel 1602.
Right, it's obviously
where it's Sir Victor Otto von Doom, and he uses alchemy mostly. Alchemy and like mystical, like science, almost like that.
Oh, I see.
Scientific magic in a
Doom
way.
and Johnny Storm, presumably.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
I'm stoked. I'm glad they're finally doing another Fantastic Four.
So much fan bitching about his outfit. I'm like, no, it's perfect. It's a great definition of those two elements,
Well, there's the thing. It's like, and one of the things they say in the article is it may be that they're adding more elements in post production.
Right.
Just to give to like, for example, like the armor in the comics, in the cartoons, is very flexible. It's like it's metallic, but it's very flexible and moves and such. And it would be easier to achieve that through CG, I would think. So
Right.
I could see them doing that. Possibly.
And when they did the infusion of his lover's like skin, it's in his armor. It's like it's armor. It's supposed to be his armor still, just coated with the flesh of his lover. Really fucking morbid, but hey.
Well, yeah, I doubt they'll go that dark in the movie.
I know they're not going to go that dark. That's ridiculous.
I'm sure it'll be more sort of the classic Doom.
Yeah.
Wanting to take over the world. There's an interesting, extra on the Fantastic Four. So everybody knows the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about this one here, the '90s Fantastic Four series, which Rosie and I have been enjoying immensely. There's an interesting extra on there. It's each episode has episode introductions by Stan Lee, which is kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also an extra on there, which is an extended interview with him, where he talks about the creation of the Fantastic Four and sort of how it all came about. How originally, I think it was because the Justice League was really popular at the time, and his editor at the time said, "Oh, we need something like that, like a superhero team." And Stan Lee had never read the Justice League, so he didn't know anything about it.
Society, actually.
Or whatever it was at the time, but basically a superhero team. So his editor wanted a superhero team, so he came up with the Fantastic Four. Which was, not having read the Justice League or Justice Society, he couldn't rip it off. He just made something up, and it just happened to work. But regarding Dr. Doom, he said he likes the idea of a villain.
That is Justice League. I stand corrected.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So regarding Dr. Doom, he said he likes the idea of a villain that just wanted to take over the world. Because it's like you can't arrest somebody for that. I mean, it's like an intention. It's not like he's actually committed a crime per se. He just wants to take over the world. It's like you want to be, you know, you want to do this for your career or that for your career. You can't be arrested for that. That's what you want to do. The other thing was he liked the idea of having a villain that was the you know, the emperor of his own country, so he could come to America presumably with diplomatic immunity, and you know, commit all these crimes and whatnot. I was like, oh, you can't arrest me, diplomatic immunity.
Which is always exaggerated.
And I want to take over the world, but you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, it's always exaggerated, but it's
Explain why he never gets locked up.
Yeah.
But it was funny the way he described it.
You son of a bitch.
Dr. Doom. But yeah, second season, Dr. Doom is definitely better. I definitely agree with Rosie's assessment there.
That's Dr. Doom. We're like, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I think she'll like. I think she'll really like the more recent series, the animated series that they did, World's Greatest Heroes. I think it was, or something like that.
Yeah, so one of my favorite like artistic drawings of representation of Doctor Doom is actually you barely see any of him at all. It's actually just his hand, and it's actually the back of the Marvel 1602 back cover.
Oh,
and it shows it's like the green. It's a green chainmail hand with the little bits of armor on the fingers, and he's holding like an amulet, and it's the portrait of Queen Elizabeth. And it's just like this whole like injection into the real world there.
Are you serious, Dr. Dr. Gaza says he didn't like Ben Grimm in the old movies. I thought, are you talking about the
Michael
the most recent two? I thought he was the best part of those movies.
Yeah, Michael Chiklis was fucking awesome.
I thought he was
Michael Chiklis.
perfectly cast, a fantastic actor, and I know I said this before, but I actually really liked Chris Evans as Johnny Storm as well, and the banter between the two I thought was really bang on.
He was one of those that I pictured him as that kind of character.
Yeah, just very smart alecky and you know.
I mean, admit it, I could see why people didn't like it. People maybe thought it was a bit overdrawn, like he kind of overacted a little in some cases, but I just think the very cocky attitude would play off a character like that.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, that's the kind of character Johnny Storm is. He's a hothead, as it were. But he's young, he's brash, he's a bit of a womanizer.
Yeah, I mean, how would you if you were buff, handsome, had superpowers, and was rich? It's the perfect storm, if you will.
Was it Michael Chiklis? That reminds me that I should really try and track down episodes of The Commish.
Yes. Well, there's actually I have it on DVD now.
Oh, okay.
You can get the complete series set for about $40, I think.
Oh wow.
Mill Creek
How many
put it out.
seasons was it? Was it like 5?
There's like 4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to get that as well. I've been wanting to see more of that for ages.
Well, because I remember there was one, I think it was one of the seasons, there's a cliffhanger where he gets shot or something like that, and that doesn't resolve until the following season.
Right.
And then, I remember, because he's like, there's fear that he might be paralyzed, so he's in rehab for like the first couple episodes of the next season. But anyways, I remember, like, I was a kid, I watched the show quite regularly, and I was all worried. I was like, oh no, what's going to happen to the Commish? And you know, I remember Mom was like, well, he's probably going to be fine, because the show is called The Commish. What are they going to do now? The Commish's wife? Like her, like, cooking or something.
Miss Commish.
You didn't quite understand cliffhangers.
I guess, yeah.
It's like, he's going to die! It's like, well, then the show will be over.
That being said, there are some cliffhangers. There are cliffhangers that are not particularly.
We'll know he died if no new episodes are made.
Yeah, there you go.
Is this that mountain game, Eric?
Yeah, the whole idea is you leave it on and like things start to happen. Things will crash into your mountain.
Yeah.
Like, I remember in particular, there was an X-Files season cliffhanger once. It was like where Mulder was...
More than once.
Well, I'm remembering the one in particular when he was investigating. It was like some underground, like, cave or something like that, and then the door shuts above him, and then that's like where the episode ends.
Oh, it was the train car.
That's what it
The
was.
train car underground. Yeah, and then the door shut, and the smoking man showed up and set the train car on fire.
Oh, okay.
Because there was like alien bodies and stuff in there, so he's burning the evidence. And,
That's like in the very first few seasons.
it was I think it's the second season actually. Second season.
So it was really hyped. I remember when it aired.
So, I'd like to, totally off topic, well, kind of relate to what we were talking about before with Fantastic Four Season 2 being better than 1.
Mm-hmm.
People apparently hate Walking Dead Season 2.
What?
Like, oh, it's awful. I'm like, well, fuck you. Season 3 was...
I think it's
Where's Carl? Carl's in the house. Where's Carl? Carl's in the house. That's all season 3.
That was season 2.
that was season 2.
Season
was
2 was
season two?
I think
season
that's
2
why-
was Carl get in the house.
Carl, get I take it back. Season 2 was
Coral! Coral, get in the house!
You know,
I'm stoned.
I know a lot of people shit on season 2, but I really did not have any issues with it.
Yeah, no.
I mean, any show, any continuing story like that is going to have moments where not a lot happens. The thing I like about The Walking Dead is I am sufficiently interested in the characters and their lives that I don't care. Like, I don't need something earth-shattering to happen every single fucking week.
Exactly.
As long as...
what I hate about viewers nowadays.
As long as I
just
continue...
have to have something.
It's like, oh, nothing really happened in this episode. Who the fuck cares? You watched it? Were you engaged by the characters? Will you tune in again next week? Then that episode served its purpose. You know?
Oh my god. That reminds me.
I don't get that. Like, I enjoyed season 2. And season 3 and season 4, and I will freely admit there are parts where it drags, but not enough for me to call it a shitty season or a shitty episode. It's still one of the best shows on television. Period.
What I hate about viewers is like if it's not like if there are not explosions or gunfights or arguments, suddenly it's nothing's happening in the movie or show.
Yeah.
We were watching The Last Lovers Alive, and it's like this vampire film, and it's a really heavy drama. But it's not like there's like vampire hunters and there's no action, right? And so, there's like 20 posts on IMDb.
Only lovers left alive.
Yeah, nobody does anything. They just sit around and talk. Nothing happened during this movie. Like, then you totally missed the point. It's not about physical action. It's about emotional.
These are people who definitely would not be able to sit through Interview with the Vampire. Like,
I loved Interview with the Vampire. Such a gorgeous film.
Better than the book.
I think you would love Only Lovers Left Alive. It's a Jim Jarmusch movie. It's fucking great.
But,
very good.
I forgot what I was going to say now.
Sorry.
Something about something, stuff, and things.
Another cliffhanger I always liked was that infamous Star Trek Next Generation one.
That one, because there weren't 6 of those.
When Picard
When Picard becomes a bulldog, what?
Look,
yes.
Really? You couldn't figure out the cutest of
I've never watched The Next Generation yet. I know exactly what cliffhanger you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, yes, because actually the musical score has been used in Family Guy.
Well, not just the family score, but I've actually seen that episode. It's
Commander Ward Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember what I was going to say regarding The Walking Dead. I see people bitching and moaning when an episode doesn't have enough zombies in it, and it's like,
fuck you.
You know,
just fuck you, yeah.
Really, do you just want to see a show where people do nothing but kill zombies for an hour? Would that really be that entertaining for very long? No, it would not. It would get fucking boring really fast. Okay, like, the blood and guts and the peril means nothing if you don't care about the characters.
Exactly. People don't appreciate that.
The reason people keep coming back to The Walking Dead is not because of the zombies. It is not.
They are
the zombies.
Very well done.
They come back. They come back because they care about the characters. Because it's not about the zombies. It's about the people surviving in a world, in a post-apocalyptic world that also just happens to have zombies in it.
And that's
but the zombies are not and never have been the central focus of the show. They are just one other obstacle that they have to deal with to survive.
Yeah.
It is about the people. It is not about the zombies. So if there's an episode that's all about the people and doesn't have a single zombie anywhere to be seen, I'm fine. As long as, you know, they're talking about things or interacting in ways that I find interesting. You
like
know,
the
keeping me
people
invested.
are scared the zombies sometimes, you know.
That's true. That's very true. Well, and that harkens back to even like Dawn of the Dead, where
Romero's first,
the Romero's one, because the zombies posed a certain level of threat, but they learned to deal with that. But then the bikers come in, and they were a real threat. Like they completely threatened their whole way of life there after they had pretty much gotten set up.
Yeah.
And they were far more dangerous than the zombies ever were. And it's the same thing. I see the same. I see The Walking Dead as like almost like Dawn of the Dead, the series. Like it's the same kind of thing where it's just them trying to. It's a survival story.
From Dusk Till Dawn, the series, you will fucking love it.
I haven't seen that yet. I completely forgot there was. There's so many shows. There's so many genre shows this year. Like there's. I downloaded the screener of the pilot of The Flash. I haven't watched it yet. And we got Gotham coming out, and we got Constantine. That one I'm really stoked about. I did watch the pilot for that one. And I definitely like what I see. They kind of have him smoke in it. I like how they kind of, because NBC was adamant that he couldn't smoke just because it's their policy. So I like how they skirted around that in the pilot episode.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I won't say how, but it's very obvious that he is a smoker, but they've skirted around it. Kind of. But, I can live with it, because the rest of it, honestly, I think they got bang on. Like, I really like the guy they got playing Constantine. He just is that character brought to life. And having just recently read a lot of the earlier issues, there's a lot of stuff that they pulled straight out of the comics in terms of the backstory of the character and whatnot. So, yeah, definitely check out Constantine. Let's do what we can to make this show last, because I want to see more of it.
I will do then.
Yeah, definitely check it out. What else is coming out this one? Well, there's more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think. There's more Marvel stuff coming out, actually, isn't there? There's Daredevil, and I thought there was at least one or two other ones. I can't even remember now.
There's so much shit to watch now. It's almost
there is a Daredevil.
Shit.
I didn't just dream that, did I? There's a Daredevil series coming out, isn't there?
No, it's on Netflix.
Yes, yeah. Okay, I thought so. Good, so I want to check that out. Yeah. Cool.
Speaking of which,
a lot of good content.
From Dusk Till Dawn, the series is also on Netflix right now.
It is, yeah.
And one of the finest shows ever, BoJack Horseman.
Fuck, I still have to watch season 2 of Orange is the New Black. I had it sitting there.
Oh my God, Sean!
I know. I've been busy and tired and watching other stuff. There's only so many hours in the day. I can only watch so many things.
Yeah, I understand.
I wish I could be unemployed and still make the same amount of money I make now somehow. Then I'd have all the time in the world.
You can model, obviously.
Yeah, well, I just need to be... Yeah, I need to be a cam girl.
So when the market falls out on that
all
one,
day.
you'll be able to put that on your resume and totally get all the jobs. Just all the jobs.
Move up to
That's what I'm always thinking about is like, yeah, I could be a YouTube superstar or whatever, maybe. But fucking, what are you going to do when the bottom falls out on the whole YouTube making money thing?
Well,
Which it fucking will eventually. I'm sorry, but it probably will. PewDiePie is not going to be able to sustain a fucking living off of that. And what happens? What happens when that happens and he doesn't have anything on his resume? I hope he's saving that money, because fuck.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he is. Sure he is. Well,
if he's from Finland or whatever, he's from the Nordic countries, right? He's going to be fine. Their social system isn't as fucked as the rest of us.
That's true. Yeah, they take care of their populace.
Yep.
You also pay taxes through the nose, but
you also get paid through the nose too. So.
But you get a lot back from the system in terms of how they take care of you. So, yeah. Raptor Rivera says, spoiler, the smoke comes out of his bum. No.
Smoke comes out of his ears when he gets really angry. Is that it?
Wormhead says, I'm so far behind on everything. Yeah, so am I, actually. I got about halfway through season 2 of Arrow, and I still haven't watched the rest of it. Love it. Need to see the rest of it. Haven't yet. Only watched the first few episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but that's I'm just going to pick up the Blu-ray and marathon it. Yeah. Oh, a couple weeks ago, Rosie and I watched The Avengers, because she's really been enjoying... what is it here? She's really been enjoying the Superhero Squad show. So, and reading the comics based on that as well. So I asked her, I said, well, did you want to see the actual live-action Avengers? She's like, oh, yeah, that'd be awesome. So I figured I wouldn't necessarily be so inclined to show her the solo movies that precede the Avengers, because there's some stuff in there that might be a little bit rough for her. Like, what, you disagree, Stout?
No. Sorry.
I figured I'd just jump right into the Avengers because it's more just kind of it's more just about the fun and the good guys beating up the bad guys and stuff like. It's a lot lighter than some of the subject matter in the previous films. So yeah, she loved it. She absolutely loved it. The catch is I had it in my metal pack. She left it on the floor, and I got a big gash in the cover from the corner of my glass door.
Oh.
Yeah. And I just, out of curiosity, looked online to see what do those metal packs actually go for. It's like $80,
What?
$100. I'm like,
Why I never got mine.
I'm like, oh well, that's that then.
The joys of having a daughter who is worth way more than a fucking steelbook cover.
Well, yes, I'm not too broken up about it because we had an absolute blast. Like, I mean, it's a fairly lengthy movie, but she was riveted. Like, she just loved it. She especially thought Iron Man was hilarious. She really enjoyed his humor. And she loved Hulk. Like, anytime Hulk was doing anything, she just loved it.
And you can show her the Hulk movies.
Yes,
Yeah.
like she especially liked, just anytime Hulk was smashing stuff, just bashing aliens, and like she loved the part where Captain America was laying out the plans for everybody, and he turns to Hulk and he says, "Hulk, smash."
I love that. Yes.
He had me run that back a couple of times, and then Hulk just like, and takes off, and boy, does he ever smash.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's like one of my favorite scenes in film history, man. Just
yeah.
Not because it's like especially fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Just because it's fucking like,
It's
English major, ladies and gentlemen. English major.
It's a perfect scene. It's perfectly executed and perfectly acted, and it's just perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know. My favorite is when the Hulk teams up with Thor.
Oh yes.
And they crash into the building and like they just stand up. Like Hulk is like standing there and then Thor stands up. Hulk just like lays them out just for no reason. Just wham!
It's so much fun. That's the thing. It's just
Rosie.
The Hulk just smashing Loki around.
Yes. Oh my God. Both of those Hulk moves you guys just described. Rosie loved those two.
Of course.
Had me run both of them back.
he's just like, I am a god. You are nothing. He just goes wham, 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 wham.
Well, he goes like wham, 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 holds him up, and then wham, wham, wham. It's like, I'm not quite done yet. Well, not quite done yet.
So the thing I was actually laughing at, it's a posting from George Takei.
Oh, yes.
It's unintentionally gay comic book scenes.
I was mentioning those earlier with the guy.
One of them, it's Archie's carrying Betty out of the water, and she's like, Archie, did you have any trouble rescuing me?
Oh, I know this one.
And he's like, I sure did, Betty. I had to beat off 3 other guys.
I see that one, yeah.
What were they thinking?
They didn't have the same connotation back then.
Yes. Well, and then there's the one. There's the infamous one, the Batman comic about the Joker's boner.
Yeah.
It just
I've
goes
actually
on
read
and
that
on.
comic too. Just the fucking boner means this. It doesn't mean that.
Every time you keep yourself from snickering.
You have to tell yourself that as you're reading it. Because it's like, oh my God, they're saying boner every second word.
I know, they say it so many times.
So many times.
Batman will never be able to defeat me in the epicness of my boner.
Believe me, my boner.
Well, if the
How
Joker
did it
is
be this boner?
impressive, wait till he sees my boner.
I love this one with Robin. He's like, there's Batman, and I've landed the plane the way he wanted. Now I'm to stay here and expose myself.
That's just his poor excuse. There's no excuse for that. Wow.
That never had a different connotation. That's exactly what it sounds like.
I don't know why.
Letterer is giggling the whole time.
Just dropping his
Joker's
pants,
boner.
just standing there.
God, we're getting loopy.
He's home to be called Aquaman's Home for Seamen.
I love that, yes.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Wait
Superman
for it.
going, I'm stiffening up. Got to grab that hose.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
I just need that. I need that scene from fucking Community just on hand. Gay.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and germs, it's been almost 3.5 hours. I think that's good.
Oh yeah,
It's
definitely.
gonna stab you all in the face now.
It's like with knives, that's probably not good. You're not in the state to be
Ow.
playing with those, Brandon. Come on now.
Alright. So,
Not my mom.
so question, gentlemen, are we starting? We're starting up Transformers again this week. You figure?
I am totally okay with that.
Awesome.
I have the time. I am.
Perfect. Good.
7
I
p.m. every night?
I figured, yeah, we can do 7 p.m. I'm off at 5:30, so yeah, I should be able to do 7.
You'll be able to eat and everything. We'll be
Yes.
all- yeah.
And then the following week, I believe I'm off at 3:30, so should we
Sort
probably
of 5.
maybe start a little earlier? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm figuring maybe 5 episodes a night because there's 25 episodes in season 2 or 3, so divided up nicely.
And then 1 episode each from each episode of season a night.
For season
Drag
3,
it out.
just to milk out those cliffhangers.
Yeah.
But yeah, because season 3 is just so freaking good. I don't think we'll have any problem
My
watching 5
favorite.
episodes at a time. Yeah, some of the episodes really are phenomenally well written. I mean, they actually got some of the best comic book writers around at the time to write a lot of the episodes, and boy, does it ever show some really good stuff. Alrighty, so have yourselves an awesome week, and for those of you joining us for Transformers, that will begin on Monday.
I just wanted to try something again. I forgot to mention.
Oh yes.
Just the reason I'm sitting here in the corner getting drunk tonight. Just sort of. Sean, what are you doing?
I don't know. This.
Okay.
Let Cass explain himself.
I was listening with rapt attention and moistening my lips.
You're listening with lizard tendencies. Anyways.
Alright.
InSaNiTy just the host.
Speak your piece, Cat. Go.
Go, what? The reason you're getting wasted tonight.
I'm getting wasted just to sort of celebrate the end of what has been a really cool summer. Of course, some of you may have noticed I haven't been here all that often because my job, I was traveling a lot. But it was great. It was a chance for me to finally work in accounting, which I've been studying for over 2 years now in school. And so, yeah, I had a really good summer, and just want to celebrate that and celebrate the new computer.
Yes.
And big thanks to Garbage Gamer for that, for graciously giving me the main components that I needed, just as a belated birthday gift.
Yeah.
So very much thanks for that, and it's all put together, just waiting for a monitor and somewhere for me to set it up. So it means I'll actually be able to do some streaming soon.
Yes.
Nice.
Which will be very cool.
I got Cass all hooked up with the same capture card that I use for my Twitch streams.
Nice.
So it's exactly the same everything. So yeah, so I'll be helping him get that up and running.
So hopefully I'll be able to do that, and of course all of you here from this crew, you're more than welcome to join over on my Twitch channel for that. It'll be lots of fun.
He'll be doing all kinds of retro games and stuff.
Probably, yeah. And
PS1, probably.
yeah, stuff like that. Mostly, you know, especially when you come around time for the Sick Kids game marathon. Which
oh yeah, you'll actually
schedule dependent. I should be able to do that. So for those who don't know, it's a fundraiser, and I'll have like links and stuff too. It's really fun, but it's basically for Sick Kids Hospital, and it's where you go and you play video games for I think it's now 25 hours, but basically 24-hour video game marathon to try and stay up as late as you can and play games and raise funds for kids. So it's a great cause, and so I'll be doing it and actually be able to stream. So be able to see. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to be playing yet, but anyways, you'll be able to see the InSaNiTy as I probably get very overtired and try to play games through the night and all that sort of thing. So that'll be coming up in October. Schedule dependent. I've got to wait and see if I can swing it with my school schedule and that. But that'll be a streaming event coming up. But yeah, no, I was having a few drinks to celebrate summer and also celebrate my return back to school for my final year, and also my attempt to try and get a job with an accounting firm, because they're hiring now for next year. So
awesome.
I'm applying for jobs. The listings actually just went live yesterday, so I'm going to be applying over the next 2 weeks and hopefully get an interview and go from there.
Yep.
Anyways, wrap it up really because I have to pee.
Yeah, I have to pee too, actually.
I do have an announcement, though. Starting Fridays, here on Geeky TV, League of Extraordinary Cinephiles.
That's right. New crazy commentaries for some good and maybe not so good films.
Yeah. Gaz is like.
I believe our first film is going to be Major League, actually.
Maybe.
Probably. We haven't completely decided yet.
I'll get it from lockdown tomorrow. Something.
Yeah. We gotta decide on something, but that seems like a good one to start with. There are a lot of prime jokes for that one to be made. Well,
And that's all I had to announce. Yeah.
Anyway.
Take it away, Sean.
What was that sound? Sounded like it's somebody stapling or something. I don't know.
Was
Anyway,
it this?
Eric's apparently watched. Yes.
It's
It's just my little handle things on my fucking
Oh,
desk.
it's stout fidgeting. That's what it
yes.
is.
Yes, exactly. It is. Yeah.
And Eric is apparently watching Epic Rap Battles of History.
Yeah, their new batch is actually pretty awesome.
I watched the one you were watching earlier before Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael versus Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael.
Don't forget Leonardo.
And Leonardo, right? Sorry.
I just think it's interesting because they got
Nobody likes Leonardo.
Smosh.
They got a lot of the YouTube
Yeah, the
famous people. Yeah,
they got 2 of the Smosh guys, and
the
then
actual funny ones.
Then they got Rhett and Link from Good Mythical Morning.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of an odd combination, but they actually did a pretty good job. I was impressed. Alrighty, we are heading off now. That is it. I have a lot of graphic novels to read, so yes.
Sorry, my bladder was splitting apart.
Just go.
Sorry, Cass.
It's okay.
I got. I just hear grunting noises.
I got just a few graphic novels to read here, and this.
Only a few.
You need more. You need more.
Yeah. I do, and I will get more. And I'm also reading Rapture, Bioshock Rapture, which is actually really good.
Oh, Sean, sorry, quickly. I had
What? What?
regarding that word.
Let me pee.
When I was in grade 5, we had sex ed,
God.
and at the end of the 2 weeks of study, whatever, we had a test. And so one of the things on the test was we had a list of words. I haven't even gotten to the. We have to pee!
Hurry up!
Hey, everybody go pee, and then I'll tell my story.
Tell your
story, please.
And
he left. Okay, people go pee.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What the fuck? Well, we're hosting the show now, so.
Well, that was perfect timing for Google to crash. I gotta go pee. I'll be right back.
Just himself off.
Oh my God, it's so great.
I'm gonna go pee too.
Okay. Anybody else?
No, I'm good.
Bladders are good? Okay.
I just can't stop laughing. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sean. Freaking Rose is probably sitting in there going, what the hell's going on?
I was meeting Walmart yesterday. I had to pee so bad.
I think the one Sean was thinking of was The Simpsons with when Homer goes into the World Trade Center to pee. Well, because his car is parked in like the World Trade Center plaza, and he's like waiting for the guy to show up so he can get the boot removed from his car. And he drinks like 20 cans of crab juice.
Oh my God, that's horrifying.
Yeah, so he goes up the tower to the washroom, and then there's a sign that says "Washroom closed. Please use other tower."
Oh no.
So you just see outside shot. You just hear like an elevator, like ding, and then he goes down to the main floor, ding, and running frantically across, then ding, ding.
Okay, so you were having sex in grade 5.
Yes, you have to make it sound that as well. Waiting for Stout.
Got my popcorn, go.
Waiting for Stout. He's peeing as
And
well.
it just jammed right into my tooth.
I know that thing. Justin's back.
The first fucking piece just right in between my teeth.
Why is it weird when claims are like doomed to disasters anytime there's food involved?
No.
Alright, got it. Okay.
So,
Back.
grade 5, sex ed, and we just studied a whole bunch and all that sort of thing, and so we had, I can't remember if it was at the end or, but there was at one point we had a test on what we learned. So one of the things was we had like a list of like body parts or terms, whatever, and we had to tick off if it belonged to a man or a woman.
Oh no.
Or both, actually, as the case may be. So I came across this word that, when I said it in my head, reading how it's spelled, said penis. So I'm like, well, I've never heard of this thing, so it must be a woman. Because I think I thought like penis would be like more ease or something.
Actually, I remember seeing something you spelled it out when you were a kid, and you spelled it Peanus.
Yeah, so that's probably what I was expecting.
Penis.
That's what I was expecting to see on the test. I was like, well, the penis is going something to do with a woman. So.
Penis.
And then I think actually we started sort of talking amongst ourselves before the test was over. And one of my hands was like, dude, that's the penis. I'm like, oh shit! Like,
Penis.
I can only imagine my teacher being like, Cassidy, come to the front of the room, please. Clearly, I'm not paying attention not only to this class, but to life in general.
You
have one of
going to the
those.
washroom.
Cass, when was the last time you looked down?
Any clue what's going on down there?
You know, some big guys can't see their hoo-has.
He wasn't always.
I wasn't
a guy,
300
though.
pounds when I was in grade 5.
No.
I don't know how fat you were in
I
grade
hope
5.
Like little kid,
I'm not
little kid. Boom! I needed 2 chairs.
No, you get it. One for each cheek.
I remember once we had the vice principal in my high school. He was particularly like tough. Like basically nobody ever wanted to kind of double cross him. He was kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
And so one day he was leading the assembly because our principal was away somewhere.
Oh, you know
And so basically when they'd set up the chairs up the front, there's the chair for the principal, vice principal, and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So it just happened like a few teachers were away that day. And so he gets up at the front and he's like, I hope the people that set up the chairs didn't know that Mr. So-and-so and Mr. So-and-so and that were away. Otherwise, they left 4 chairs for me. 4 chairs for him to fit in.
Oh my God. I don't know why. This whole conversation has reminded me of a scene from fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force and a scene from Robot Chicken. The whole time you were talking, when you're talking to Sex Ed, it was the whole Wong's dick episode.
I haven't seen that one.
This spaceship could use a few more dicks. Was that?
I hope he's not dicking around.
There's that, then there's the clip from Robot Chicken where it's the mysterious 800-pound man. And he's like a superhero. And he's just like, he just sits there and he like drives some super-powered like forklift. And it's just, oh.
30 minutes after we were intending to leave, maybe we should leave.
Mm-hmm.
It's
What?
been 30 minutes. Maybe we should actually go out there now.
Oh, yeah. Good idea. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
night.
And those of you who we see sooner, we'll see you sooner.
Yeah,
But you're not one of those.
Right.
But if you're not one of those people, we'll see you next week. So until then, thanks for watching. Thanks for chatting. And sayonara. Oh, and I promise I'll do more videos one of these days. Honestly.
And penis.